Go. 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? This is my brother right here, Nissi Icasiano. Nissi, how are you?
I'm doing good. Pleasure to be here on your show, brother.
Oh, at least medyo nagawa natin to during quarantine and everyone's inside and everyone is at least ngayon na-record na natin siya. Kanina pa tayo nagkukwentuhan.
Oh,
I want everyone to at least get a better understanding of the martial arts scene here in the Philippines. So we'll do our best to discuss a lot of the combat sports. Okay, so we'll do our best to tackle boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing, and then of course MMA. Nissi is one of the top journalists and analysts here in the country, and we've known each other for a very long time. We share the same passion for boxing. We
mm,
share the same passion for combat sports, and he's covered a lot through the years. And I want everyone who's gonna
iiyak ako
watch the
dun ah.
show. Ne, pero nagre-real talk lang tayo, bro. Nagre-real talk lang tayo.
Oh,
I want everyone who's gonna watch this and who's gonna watch this have a better understanding of what goes behind the scenes. How do you tell a proper story? Kasi there are a lot of write-ups out there. There are a lot of people who cover sporting events, but at least I want everyone to have a better narrative of how to deliver it. Kasi at the end of the day,
mm,
'di ba? Tayo, nag-usap tayo, like it's like
mm,
every sporting event has a
tama.
story, 'di ba? So for
Mm,
example, I want as much as you can share how important is number one storytelling when it comes to combat sports, and this is something that we grew up in, and at the same
mm,
time, how do you what is the process behind the story leading to a fight, diba? So ikaw, kwento mo,
ah,
so we could provide value
mm,
to whoever's gonna watch
mm,
this, like other people who want to vlog or blog or
ah,
cover
ah,
sports. Diba? Sige, ikaw, anong process mo dun? And then I'll share mine as well.
ah, ah. Sa atin kasi, bro, it's our advantage because we train every day. Like, you train
Exactly.
jiu-jitsu, and
Oh,
prior to that, you've been doing a lot of martial arts. And ako, I have been a gym rat since 2007. And honestly, high school pa lang
2010,
ako.
alam ko earlier pa nung.
2007, brother. I was
Oo.
part of the old Tiger City boxing gym. Hindi pa
Oo.
yung
Yung
malaki.
sa tabi pa ng
Yung
car wash. Yung sa tabi pa ng
car
car
wash.
wash na
Oo.
ngayon. Oo.
So alam mo yan yung advantage natin yun because we see the lives of these fighters, how alam mo yung character nila, yung demeanor nila, how they alam mo yung perspective nila sa
Mm-hmm.
buhay.
That is
So for me, when I approach a fighter, I always put myself into their shoes.
true. Mm-hmm.
So siyempre, kung kakausapin mo sila, hindi mo sila pwedeng kausapin ng straight English or yung Tagalog na,
Oo.
well, masasabi natin, I mean no disrespect. Yung alam mo yun, or discrimination, yung tipong hindi pwede yung matatas mag-Tagalog.
Oo.
You
Oo.
put yourselves at their level na rin eh,
Oo. Diba?
para
You put yourselves in
makausap
their
sila. So,
shoes. Oo. Para
mm,
you speak
mm.
their
So,
language.
mm, and importante when you extract a certain story instead of you go right away is you let it muna simmer kasi yun yung
Mm-hmm.
importante, like for example na parang before, this was my first encounter with Edward Pulayang. I think
Mm.
that was in 2011. We don't know each other, we didn't know each other at that time, pero alam mo yan yung it all boils down to the set of questions and yung patience mo and how would you kasi in certain questions mo meron yung parang brand, it will lead you there eh. So for example, meron kang binigay na certain question, basic question, kunyari how did you
Mm.
grow up, kunyari, then ayun medyo mahirap, o bakit din
Mm.
mapupunta kasi most of my siblings namatay sa dengue,
Mm.
parang tatlo, parang sa 6 na magkakapatid sila. Hindi ko alam kung eksaktong 6, pero sa kunyari, parang 3 sa mga, dahil wala silang sakit na gano'n. So, you go after that. And then, pag kunyari na-explain na lahat, so, ito ba naging motivation mo? Bakit ka naging fighter? Kailangan meron ka rin, kailangan yung presence of mind mo. Ikaw yung nagdadala dun sa sub mo. And at the same time, you make themselves or make the person comfortable sa'yo. And hindi mo nalalaman, nagiging komportable na rin kayo sa isa-isa. Ito, sa dami ko na rin experience since way back and also din sa mga pag-uusap sa mga fighter kahit hindi sa trabaho. Sa trabaho to, of course, bonus na yung makanood ka ng libre, makakover ka. You meet these people na larger than life. I still remember I still remember the time when I first tape. Alam mo yun yung pare 5 seconds nakatulala ako sa kanya ganun. Kasi sabi ko, wow, pare, ang ganda niya. That was in 2015. Alam mo yan yung privilege yun eh. Pero alam mo yun yung only the icing on the cake. It's only, alam mo yun, that's the privilege that comes with. Pero at the end of the day, brother, it's all about giving this piece of peace. Yun ang lagi mong tatandaan eh. Bakit mo pinili yung trabaho na to? Sa akin ha, kasi alam mo yan yung kung sa Comelec may Namfrel as a watchdog. That's the perfect analogy. This journalist should be the watchdog of these athletes, not only in combat sports, but also in sports general. Doon sa sporting world natin. Kasi you have to look out for these men and women. Kasi alam mo yan, at least hindi lahat nabibigyan ng tsansa, ng oportunidad, hindi nabibigyan ng tamang platform. So, it has been the advocacy of mine to seek out writers, prospects, and of course, and yung stories that would make na someday na mababasa ng ibang tao. Kunyari, for example, isang tao na parang, nabasa ko, na-inspire ako. Hindi yung kung yung pangalan mo yung alam mo yun yung at the end of the day, the biggest pat on the back that you would get is yung kung ano yung ginawa mo left and resonated as much as possible dun sa tao. Yun yung parang sa akin yung good job eh. Yung tumatak eh. Kasi nabasa ko to. Forget about it na nabasa mo na. Sino nagsulat niyan? Si Franco Rolyoda. Sino nagsulat niyan? Si Nissi Icasiano. No. And then, nabasa ko lang. Nabasa ko sa ABS or sa Rappler or sa Philippine Star. Ganda ng storya niya. Sa akin, I did a good job na doon. I did my part for the fighter. Kasi, at the end of the day, it's not about you. It's about the athlete. Yun yung sa akin yun ang main, yun yung parang, yun yung driving force ko, bakit ko siya ginagawa. Meron siyang mistake eh. Meron siyang Franco na, because you watch this live events for free, syempre, hindi naman lahat nakakabili, hindi naman nakakapunta overseas to watch these events or cover these events. And syempre, mabigyan ka ng opportunity to have this kind of accommodation na hindi rin naman nakukuha. Pero, alam mo yan, yung sa atin, lalo sa akin, ang dami ko rin pinaghirapan before ako nag-transition sa ganito. Pero this is a reminder sa akin that I'll always be a storyteller no matter what. Kahit anong platform. If given a chance, kung ano ang bigay sa akin, kahit mapunta man ako, like right now, I'm writing, lahat ng tataka, parang hindi ka na nagsusulat for Philippine MMA. Kasi ngayon, busy na ako for Japanese MMA. So, it's a new adventure. It's a new challenge para sa akin. Ngayon, para
Mm.
akong bata ulit. Para akong bumalik sa parang pagiging college student ko na parang I'm digging up relationships and stories dito sa mga Japanese MMA stars na to.
Mm.
Parang kailangan barrier. Ito, challenge sa akin to. Pero excites me. I'm a storyteller, Franco. And so as much as possible, I would like to convey it in a manner na maintindihan nila, na mananamnam nila na lahat ng detail. And nga, no, bakit amazing yung taong to? Because of his story. Yun ang
Mm.
gusto kong connect. And yun yung nila na parang pare, we are living the life. Parang kilala tayo, hindi nakarinig tayo sa radyo. Pero alam mo yan yung
wala yun. Wala.
we're not the superstar.
You're not.
Here. We're not the, it's okay to inspire these people to become a correspondent of combat sports, to be a writer, or to be a to have a YouTube channel focusing on combat sports, specifically on boxing or mixed martial arts. Walang masama. Pero at the end of the day, all of this, these privileges, these perks are just, alam mo yan, the icing on the cake. You have to pay your dues. Alam mo yan yung your purpose is always to convey story, to deliver news, to relay news. Kailangan meron kang, alam mo yun, every now and then, kailangan reminded of that. Kaya ako nandito pa rin eh. Kaya, alam mo yun, disappointing siya. Kailangan mo rin kumita. Kailangan mo mag-invest sa ganitong bagay. Pero alam mo yun yung, babalik ka doon sa reason bakit mo ito ginagawa. I'm happy na parang before, hindi ako sa nagbubuhat ng bangko. I mean, nobody talks about Roland Gabriel D. Nobody talks about Jin. And a lot of these guys, even Team Lakay, I was even called stupid for saying that Edward Poleang had a chance against Shinya Aoki. And I predicted the same seat prior to that fight in Singapore in November 2016. Then it happened. Alam mo yun, yung these stories, pare, pag ikaw ay nag-invest sa mga tao to, now, they are at the top of their game. Like, Rolando Gabriel D is a former UFC fighter, Janelle Lausa as well. I mean, the Team Lakay guys are now at the apex of Asian MMA. Let's put it Asian MMA na lang. So, alam mo yun, sa akin, I'm happy I made that kind of investment, or I made that kind of call to, I mean, to at least to shine the spotlight on them. Kailangan nila yun eh.
Totoo yan.
And hindi naman magkakaroon ng isang Manny Pacquiao kung wala rin yung mga katulad natin na nagtatrabaho. We play the part. We play the part sa ganun eh. So, sa akin lang, balik tayo sa first question mo, yung napaka-importante nun na merong kang relationship with your subject, with that athlete. Na hindi ka para lang sa storya kung binabayaran ka man lang sa kuran ng monthly, ng weekly, per article, or per
project.
Per project. Maraming sistema yan. That you build relationships na parang, bro, happy birthday. Kahit di mo na ilagay sa Facebook wall nila, bro, nakita ko may sakit yung anak mo. Do you need help? Alam mo yun yung, kasi kung may relationship na ganun pa, pusa ng narating at dating yung balita sa'yo. Kung ikaw ang writer, napaka-importante, it's the basic rule, establish a relationship. Not because of anything na parang may kailangan ka sa kanya. Kasi pag na-establish mo yung bond na yun, okay eh. Parang ako. I mean, ako, pwede kong tawagan si athlete ganito, si trainer ganito, na parang wala akong hesitations. Pero I treat them with respect until today. Na parang, Coach, pwede ba kitang tawagan for this interview? Alam mo yan yung kahit friends na turingan nyo, treat them na first time kayo mag-uusap. Treat them na parang first time nyo gagawin to.
May
At least meron kayo
professionalism,
transparency.
kumbaga.
Yun yung advantage lang sa atin eh. Kasi ikaw, tagal mo na sa fight industry, ako rin, na parang alam na natin kung anong hulog ng mga writers na to. I mean, ng mga fighters na to. Ng mga trainers na to. Alam na natin pag medyo mainit ang ulo nito. Parang ano. So yung,
wag muna.
Alam na natin yung pag, kunyari, ito yung tanong na gusto natin iba to, pero medyo para masagot nila maayos. Sa storytelling, napaka-importante rin ng asking the right questions. Okay?
That is true.
Ito lang na parang kasing iba-ibang setting yan, iba-ibang layers yan. Iba-ibang layers yan na parang tatanungin mo, kunyari on the first pag-press, lang kayo. Swerte mo na kung mabibigyan ka ng 2 questions sa time mo, sa opportunity mo. Your question and follow-up question. So, you make the most out of it. So, huwag ka na magtanong ng how's your preparation or how will you celebrate after the fight. So, huwag ka magtanong gano'n. For example, nabigyan ka ng opportunity. Let's say, 2013, setting, one championship, or one fighting championship pa sila nun. In 2013, setting sa Midas Hotel. For example, Shinya Aoki went down in weight to 145. Bali first time niya nag-featherweight. At that time, for rematch si Honore Banario against Koji Umishi. Kunyari, ang tanong mo doon. Kunyari, Honore, binigay sa'yo yung mic. Hindi mo naman pwedeng tanong sa'yo, how do you prepare for it? Ang tanong mo ka agad doon, to make a buzz para makuha mo rin yung tanong, at syempre, matandaan ka rin yung PR, at matandaan din yung mga kasama doon, sino yung nagtanong. Importante doon, pag nasa yung mic, you always make an impression. And when you make an impression, until tanong ko noon, may plano si Shinya Aoki magstay ng 145 at that time, kahit hirap siya bumaba ng 145 pounds. Ang tanong ko kay Honore Banario, are you willing to fight Shinya Aoki?
At 145 nun.
145. Yan yung perfect example. Na huwag kang magtatanong. Ibang setting yun na parang one-on-one. Ibang setting yun na you be given 5 minutes by the PR or whoever handles the interview sessions. Kasi kailangan mo ng build-up eh. Kailangan niya mag-brew. Then it hits a climax. Then it simmers. Yun eh. Tsaka, kailangan pa nagbato ka ng question, syempre you would prepare for a set of questions. Guys, huwag kayo mag-prepare doon ng kaya ko. Stock knowledge or muscle memory. Never. You always prepare a set of questions. Set of questions, yung initial break ng storya mo. Kung na after mo. Pangalawa, you could create features out of that question. And last, hindi mo alam kung kailan ka pa makakapag-interview ulit eh. Okay? There is one instance that yun nga, importance natin ng make it impression. It's very important when the UFC held, I think that's their second.
Tagal na nun,
Yes, that's their second press con for their first live event in Manila. It was February 2015. It was held at Soler. Okay, so they announced the ticket prices. They announced that Mark Munoz would be making his farewell fight at the event. Marami. So maraming announcement doon. Tapos we were given opportunities for one-on-ones with Uriah Faber, Frankie Edgar, and the chief of UFC Asia at that time. Ito nga si Fred, si got the name, pero ang surname niya is Ken Berger, ang pangalan niya, Ken Berger. So the first question sa akin, sabi ko, kasi ako pinayagan ko mag-interview. Wala rin, question, ganyan. How, paano magiging different itong UFC ito from the others, ganyan. The question, sabi ko, did you plan to invite the first UFC fighter? Filipino UFC fighter. Para sila lahat nakaganyan. Yeah. First UFC fighter, Filipino UFC. Are you talking about Mark? No, I'm not talking about Mark Munoz. So who are you talking about? Sabi ko, I'm talking about Onassis Parungao. So who's Onassis Parungao? Alam mo, MMA 101. He's a Filipino. Sabi ko, he's a Filipino. Well, he is a practitioner. He fought at UFC. The nickname of that event is Brawl in Buffalo. That was the first, and at that time, that was the first and only UFC event held in New York. So, parang boom! Talaga? Alam niyo? Talaga. So, yun yung importante na
nagre-research ka. Dapat talaga mag-research ka rin eh.
Yes.
You have to research your material.
Yun to make an impression. And after that, yung parang nagkaroon na ilang press conference, yung natatandaan ka nila eh. Yung, hey man, hey Nissi. Parang gano'n, di ba? Yung parang, you get this access eh. They give you a piece of their lives. Kaya yung importante, when you make an impression, you also make a relationship with them. Yan yung importante sa storytelling. Tapat ka ng camera at sinabi mo, oh, champ, anong message mo? Maayos ba yung laban mo? Hindi ganun eh. Hindi mo na-extract eh. Ang hinahabol mo doon, clicks, views, traction.
That is the problem.
Pero hindi mo na ilalabas yung totoong pinaglalaban ng atleta eh. Whether boxing yan, mixed martial arts, or kahit anong sport yan eh. Yun ang importante. Yung bigay mo sa kanila yung spotlight na nakakapat sa kanila. At the end of the day, it's not about you. It's about them.
Ito yun. That I couldn't agree more with it's not about you, it's about them. Kaya rin through the years, medyo I'm always practicing na for every event that I do every event that I do or every event that I'm part of, I do my best to share the stories of the fighters. Kasi these are from the up and comers down to the veterans. Kasi at the end of the day, any event na combat sports is all about the fighters. It's all about the fighters. It's their story, it's their struggles. This is the culmination of their training. And at the same time, you do your best to promote not just promote the event, but to give credit to the promoters. Kasi especially when it comes to combat sports in the Philippines, we are a country, I truly believe na we are a country that is full of talent. Sobrang dami nating magagaling na fighters. Hindi lang nakikilala, hindi lang napupuntahan, hindi lang napapanood. And it would always take some viral thing, some viral event, or yung climb to fame nila was super sudden na yun eh, parang kailangan merong X factor palagi, or kailangan merong alam mo yun, parang kailangan may I mean, I don't even want to consider Pacquiao kasi Pacquiao worked his ass off. Diba? Nagsimula yan, blow by blow days. Diba? From your barangay, mga pa-boxing sa barangay nag-blow by blow yan. Diba? Tapos nag-blow by blow yan. And then, nag-Murad Muhammad siya. Diba? Then Murad Muhammad took advantage of him. And then, ito lang din yun, sinuwerte siya, napadpad siya kay Freddie Roach. Diba? Doon nag-blossom yung skill set niya, doon nag-boom yung career niya. Pero, yun din eh. I don't want to consider it luck kasi he really worked his way to the top. So, pwede natin sabihin na swerte si Pacquiao in the sense na the opportunities presented itself and then he took advantage of it. He took his shot.
Yeah, and also perseverance paid itself. His perseverance paid dividends all throughout.
And so So, ano yun eh. So, talent-wise, marami tayong as
Mm,
talented, if not more talented.
mm,
Diba?
mm,
Na Filipino fighters. So, it encompasses boxing, Muay Thai, and MMA. Sobrang dami natin talent sa
mm,
Pilipinas.
mm.
They just need the proper medium and the proper format na
Oh,
makikilala sila.
oh,
Diba? That's why, for example, every URCC
mm,
event, every may ESFC or kung anong promotions na merong Pinoy at nandun ako, either I
Arte
will
Suave.
referee. Ayan, si Arte Suave
Art,
man. Either magre-referee ako or
oh, oh,
magja-judge ako or I take it upon myself na
oh,
dahil kilala ko yung fighter, kilala ko yung camp, kilala ko
mm,
yung coaches, 'di ba?
mm,
Kilala ko
mm,
yung governing body, 'di ba? I'll share it on
mm,
my social media na parang this is who they are, this is what they do, this is these are the steps that they're taking to grow the sport. Kasi wala eh, parang you
mm,
cannot rely on other people's words. I mean, this is just my opinion na parang
oh,
just it's probably reinforcing your earlier statement na iba iba yung dating, and iba yung passion sa narrative if you are doing the sport, 'di ba?
oh, oh,
Kung
oh,
if you don't do it, you won't have an idea what these people are going through. If you
mm.
don't
Totoo,
mingle with them
totoo.
regularly, you don't
Mm,
really see the struggle. I mean, they're gonna tell you
oh,
mahirap, pero if you're there with them, you train with them, and
oh,
you
mm.
experience the same thing, you have a better understanding of what it is of
Ascending,
what's
oh,
happening. Kaya rin, for example, one of my friends who's another ang tawag dito ang pangalan ng show nila, they're a team. Okay? His name is Carl De Mesa. He's part of Destroyer MNL. Yan, he trains.
oh,
He trains.
oh,
Kaya when he tells a
oh,
scoop about, kaya rin siguro I like his podcast is because, ayan, when he does a
mm,
scoop about martial artists, he knows what angles to attack. He knows what stories to tell. Kasi, nagte-training
mm,
siya. So he has a
mm,
better appreciation
mm,
of what's happening. So
mm,
I really hope that things get better, and
mm,
I'm doing my best, and I think I'll do more eventually. And this is one of the
mm,
things I mean, we've had before this podcast,
mm.
we've had a conversation about this like 2 3 years ago, di ba? So at least
Oh,
hindi,
oh,
yung sa nag-Starbucks tayo nun eh. So,
oh,
parang sabi
oh,
ko, okay.
oh,
Yeah, I mean, Nissi has a point. Nissi has good input. Sabi ko, might as well do something about it. Kaya rin, yan,
mm.
I became more active
Totoo.
and more
Oh,
proactive,
oh,
kumbaga, in terms of covering combat sports events. So, now, with everything that we just
oh,
said, how do we, or how can we translate it in terms of promoting or proliferating information about, sige, let's start with the boxing scene sa Pilipinas. Kasi
mm,
maraming magaling na boksingero sa
totoo.
Pilipinas. Dami
Oh,
nating boksingero, pero
oh,
they hopefully they get better exposure. And syempre, we can't really do anything about the
oh,
commissions and the promotions and the pay grade, pero
mm, mm,
if there's enough exposure for these fighters and things get rolling, they'll have better leverage in terms of negotiating contracts, or they can get more fights, kasi more fights means more money, more food on the table,
mm,
diba? So at least yeah,
mm.
we could ano rin eh, especially for me, and I'm very sure for you, boxing is it's a very close thing to our hearts. I mean, ikaw,
Ano?
'di ba, mga batang Tiger City tayo eh, 'di ba? Batang Tiger City tayo. I mean,
Oh,
I I aside from, 'di ba, apart from training in
mm,
Elorde gyms, 'di ba? The only other gym I trained boxing was Tiger City. As in, I only trained in two gyms.
oh,
And I still do. I
oh,
haven't trained in any other boxing gym. If I need to train boxing, I would go to an Elorde gym, And or
Ibig mong
I would
sabihin, hindi ka
I would
nakapag-red corner?
hindi ako nakapag-red corner. Hindi ako nag-red corner. Sorry. Pero hindi ako nag-red
Pare,
corner.
masyadong classic
As
yun. Pare,
classic si Red
nakapag-red
Corner. Ang
corner
daming
ako.
Red Corner stories. Ang daming Red Corners. Pero I went there. If I enter Red Corner noon, it was because I was DefTac. Diba? So,
Okay.
diba? So, ano siya, tawag dito, hindi ako nag-boxing. I mean, ito rin din yun. Ang headquarters ng DefTac, parang doon ako nakatira halos dahil that's where I
Oh,
train, that's where I coach fighters. But, alam mo yun, I don't train
oh,
boxing there. I
oh.
don't train boxing there. Pagka, I mean, that's how, I don't know, siguro gano'n ka sentimental si boxing sa akin. If I need to train boxing,
Mm,
I'll either go Elorde
mm,
headquarters sa Sukat, di ba? Or
mm.
I'll go to Tiger City. Kasi ganun siya eh. I mean,
Oh,
it feels home. Di ba? Those gyms feel home to me.
oh,
And growing
oh,
up in the league of, yan, di pa sikat si UKC noon. Sumasali na kami doon
oh,
and
oh,
I couldn't give enough praise to yan si sila Ate Kukoy Elorde for
oh.
growing the amateur scene and
Totoo.
making
Totoo.
making regular people feel that they could be
Mm,
professional fighters. That was the
mm,
UKC. That was UKC,
oh,
and it's growing. And I
oh,
couldn't be any more. I couldn't be any happier for them.
oh,
And and then when we go to Tiger City, it's not just the gym, eh, 'di ba? Si Tiger City Gym is in Mandaluyong for those who
mm, oh,
doon kami
oh,
nagte-training ni Nissi ng
oh,
boxing. We are under the tutelage of Coach Tex Gonzaga. He's the
oh,
head trainer, the head coach there. So whenever you train in Tiger City Boxing Gym, you are in good hands. They have a
oh,
very solid program. And believe it or not, passion project lang siya ni Jason Pedro. Di ba? Passion
oh,
project niya. He loves boxing. He
oh,
loves fitness. Okay. I saw, and ito yun, di ba? For those who haven't been there, it's not a posh gym. It's not
oh,
a
it's
posh gym.
not.
It's hindi, di ba? it's it's a
Hindi.
warehouse na naging gym. It's a warehouse
Oh,
na naging gym. Pero it created a very good community. As
mm,
in, hindi pa uso yung community nun. Ginagawa na siya
mm,
Ni
ah,
Tiger
ah.
City. Everyone, the trainers, Coach
And the
Tex,
best
they,
and the best
uh,
description to use sa training sa Tiger City Boxing Gym is always laging kung gusto mo ng lutong bahay na training sa Tiger City Boxing Gym ka
oo.
pumunta.
Oo nga, no?
Oh,
Ang galing ah.
oh,
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 that is true. Kung gusto mo ng lutong bahay na training, you go to Tiger City. And ito rin naman yon.
oh,
If there are people who do boxing for the fitness aspect, sila rin kasi alam din nila na lumalaban ako, alam din nila lumalaban ka, alam nila na yung skill set
mm,
mo is above
mm,
everyone else or it was above
mm,
the regular one. So
mm,
that they cater to that. So you can either
mm,
do it as a form of exercise or you could do it at a level wherein are very proficient and
oh,
you can bang with other people. So ganun yung
mm,
environment ni Tiger City. It was very welcoming. It's very welcoming, but at the same time, it's highly competitive.
mm.
It was high
It's
level.
true. It's true. It's
Yun
true.
yung ano niya eh. So and the culture of the boxers and the fighters there, they're top notch. I mean, for me,
Oh,
MP Promotions is having its own stable of boxers. Pacquiao, of course, has his own boxing gym.
oh,
Pero I mean, I
mm,
in terms of environment, training, and culture,
mm,
top two
oh,
yan. Elorde and Tiger City. Well,
oh,
or at least the Elorde gyms that I've trained
oh,
in. Kasi doon din
oh,
nagte-training yung mga boksingero talaga. Nakakasabay ko makatrain yung mga boksingero.
oh,
So at least I could definitely
oh,
say that the level there is top notch. So now
mm,
since the familiarity is there and ako rin naman we've always talked about boxing in general when it comes to how Pinoys are really good at this. diba?
Yeah.
So at least we have this opportunity and we have this platform to
Mm.
highlight a few boxers. So ayan, for our whoever's gonna watch this, okay, so if you think na merong kulang sa ano lang naman with the time that we have, okay, with the time that we have, we probably chose like
Mm.
ilan ba yung ano na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have a list of
Lim-
five
yeah.
names. Okay, five names.
Mm.
And of course, like we said, maraming magaling na mga boksingero. Pero so far, these are the names that the names that caught our eye, and we both agreed na we both agreed that these are fighters that you should watch out for. So if you're a boxing fan, you appreciate
Mm.
boxing and fighting, these are the people that you should watch, and these are very good up and comers. So we'll try to break them down and give our assessment, and then we'll transition to other sports. So for this episode, we're gonna do boxing and MMA. So for boxing, okay, so for boxing we go. First one is Yumir Marshall. Okay, see Yumir Marshall.
Mm.
So for me, Yumir Marshall is part of the RP team. So you YouTube or
Mm.
you Google Yumir Marshall. He's a southpaw that is part of the RP team, and as far as I can remember, he's one of those high octane fighters na ang 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 nakikita ko
Good
kasi kay
description.
Marshall, 'di ba? Kasi ang nakikita ko kay Marshall, he likes to stand and bang. As in, he likes to
Mm.
go flat foot toe to toe to with his ano. I
Mm.
mean, amateur
Mm.
pa lang siya. Amateur pa lang siya pero ganoon na yung style
Oh.
niya.
Oh. Oh.
He has good basics, he has good fundamentals. I have later on na rin yung general observation for everyone, pero ayan, I like the way he fights. It's exciting. It is something that will work in the amateur ranks, and it's something that will be entertaining in the pros. I just really hope na he stays focused. He keeps his focus, and I don't know about the quarantine situation, pero since he's part of the RP team, he has a very high chance of medaling in the Olympics. Kung kailan man
Mm.
matutuloy yung Olympics, 'di ba? Okay, go.
Matutuloy yung Olympics.
'Di ba? 'Di ba? Pero ano siya, okay siya. I like the pace that he
Mm.
goes in. He has very good cardio. He has the
Mm.
discipline, and then so far, I mean, the last fight that he did, it was impressive when he got gold, and I really hope that he keeps that
Mm.
momentum. So, ikaw, Nisi,
Mm.
what do you think?
I was very fortunate to see this guy fight. I was covering the boxing events during the 2019 Southeast Asian Games,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, this was the first time I saw. The others was on television or by a live stream, and to me, of course, I was expecting that he would fight like an amateur boxer, like that kind of merong passion textbook kind of
Mm.
box. Pero he was, ano nakita ko siya, wow, he was tailor-made for the pros. Yes, that's the best example that you have given, yung high octane style. He has his octane pace inside the ring, and not
Mm.
only that, he has power in both hands. And he has
Oo.
proven that not only in Southeast Asia, but also in the World Championships. Take note,
Mm.
brother, he is number 2 in his division. He got the silver
Mm.
medal in the World Championships. In the World qualifiers, he didn't only qualify for the Olympiad. He
Mm.
won the gold medal in the
Oo.
qualifiers.
Mahusay
So,
ito eh. Well,
husay.
si RP team naman na program magaling eh. We have so
Mm,
many
mm,
products from the
oh,
RP team boxing program.
mm,
It's a
well,
very disciplined program. Now, and ito rin naman yun eh. I mean, you go through the amateur program that's gonna set you up for the professional league. Now,
mm,
case in point was since he's very exciting and he has power on both hands, he's gonna be an exciting fighter pag nag-turn pro siya. Now, given pero
mm.
syempre ako, I wanted to focus more on the Olympics and get that
Olympics. Oh,
'di ba mag-medal siya sa Olympics. Uh one
Oo.
thing that I really that I noticed about him was, I mean, I watched a few fights ni Marshall. Ano siya eh, this is one thing common to, I mean, common denominator ko to with all Pinoy boxers. We need to jab more. You need to utilize your jabs,
Mm.
especially in the, kunyari,
Ah,
I mean, I'm talking about the
ah,
jab, especially for Marshall, kasi amateur rules tayo eh. So, while it
mm.
is okay and entertaining to stand and bang in an
Oh,
amateur bout,
ah,
diba, you still have to score your
ah,
points. Diba, you still have to score your points.
mm,
I just
mm,
really hope he utilizes his jab more, and then when he throws his power punches, he's
mm,
medyo ano pa,
yeah.
a little bit more forward stepping kasi ano eh, there are tendencies,
Mm,
mapapanood mo eh, if you break his fights down, there are tendencies he will tend to lunge every time he throws a straight.
mm, mm,
So I mean,
mm,
if I were a very, I mean, if I was the opposing coach, sabihin ko lang, hintayin mong ibato niya. I mean, wait for him to throw that lead straight. When
mm.
he lunges, go to the side or cut his angle. Diba? So
Oh,
that's it. So again, it's more jab utilization and at the same time working on angles. Medyo napansin ko kay Yumir kasi every time that he feels like he can knock his opponent out,
mm,
nagaano na siya. Sige,
mm,
game. Yung parang the moment he
mm,
feels like he can take his opponent's punches,
mm,
he's
mm.
baiting them into a toe-to-toe battle. Syempre ako,
Ah,
I want him to stop his opponents, but at the same time, I want him to do it methodically. I want him to do it
ah,
in a very scientific approach na okay,
ah,
you
ah.
can knock out your opponent pero hindi dahil nakipagsabayan siya sa'yo. Ayan. Medyo,
Ah.
ano, konti
I would
pa.
agree.
Di ba?
I, I agree 100% because first, he is so reckless. Second, he is so, what do you call it? What's the word? He's a
Mm,
stationary target for me.
exactly.
Especially if he would encounter fighters from Kazakhstan and Cuba who has this textbook style of fighting or textbook
Oo.
textbook style of pugilism. Kasi they would use their defense, they would use their in and outs, they would use their defenses to break down their opponents, brick by brick. And
Mm.
so this would be a problem for Yumi
Diba? Yun yung
Marshall
ano eh, yun
Olympics.
yung problema eh. Once you like in Asia, I don't see anybody who can go against him in Asia. Pero the moment na you go Olympic level and you have to go up against Russian boxers or
Um,
Cuban boxers, they're not gonna be
uh,
standing targets eh. They're not
hmm,
gonna
hmm,
engage you in a toe-to-toe battle. They're gonna
hmm,
work their angles. They're gonna go side to side. They will cut
hmm,
you off. So that is something that
oh,
Marshall needs to
oh,
work on. His footwork. Definitely
hmm,
footwork yan.
hmm,
'Di ba? So at
hmm,
least pero definitely very high prospect. For me is one of the higher
hmm,
prospects. Next si Mark Magsayo. Mark Magsayo
oh,
is from Ala. Yeah. Sige ikaw,
hmm.
kwento mo yan si Mark Magsayo.
Well, Mark Magsayo has been an eye catcher since his ALA days. Uh, he underwent certain managerial or let's say contractual issues with his former employee. Now he's with
Mm,
MP Promotion. He recently signed a exclusive contract under Manny
okay.
Pacquiao's boxing promotion. He has speed. He has power. The only thing is lacking because he has talent. He has everything. The only
Oo.
thing that is lacking on his part or from his end is the quality of opponents that would test
Oo.
him. Not only would test him, but also put him into another level. You just can't give a fighter a world title and that's it.
Mm,
You have to. This boxer needs to earn stripes.
mm,
It has been that basic rule of boxing since time immemorial.
mm.
And Mark Magsayo hasn't been fighting quality opponents. Now, this is the time to prove. Now
Title
he's
holder
only
ba si
20.
Magsayo ngayon?
Hindi, he doesn't hold
Hindi.
any titles.
Mm.
I believe regional title. Hindi,
pero
sa
wala.
akin, as a, as a, as a, sabihin natin, observer na lang ng boxing. Put it out na pa-practice ako ng boxing. Ang sinasabi ko lang is, those regional titles don't count.
Don't
Unless
count. They
it's,
don't, bro. They don't.
kadami, they're ABCs na eh. So, sa akin, it's good dahil it puts you higher in the rankings. This titles, this international titles, this Asian titles, it puts you in the rankings. Pero, ang sinasabi ko, it's the quality of opponent. And yun lang gusto ko makita kay Mark Magsayo. Kasi I believe he would hold out, especially now he's training under Freddie Roach. They're giving they're giving him a lot of support pagdating sa training, sponsorship, exposures, lahat. Mark Magsayo na. The problem is yung quality ng opponent. Yun ang iniintay ko. Kasi doon masusubukan yung, doon mo makikita yung quality.
Feeling
Kasi
ko
let's say for
Go.
yeah, I mean, kunyari parang sa diamond yan eh. Starts with an ore. You have to polish it before it becomes a diamond. Before it becomes a 24 karat.
Yeah.
I mean, it becomes a 1 carat diamond. I mean, kailangan pinapolish yan eh. And bago makarating si Mark Magsayo doon, kailangan daanan niyo to eh. And just look at his record. Yes, it's remarkable. He's undefeated. He has I believe he has 30 outs. Pero ang masasabi ko lang, brother, if you're going to look at his resume, he hasn't who has been a world championship caliber, who has been, not only a big name, but someone who would give him a top spanking to earn his stripe. I've been waiting for a long time. Now he's with MP Promotion, and according to the news, he's going to fight under Al Haymon's PBC. So he's going to get he's going to face top opponents at 126. So sa akin, exciting to for Mark Magsayo. He's only 24. I mean, maraming pwedeng mangyari in 6 years' time.
Oh yeah, definitely. I totally
And
agree.
I'm excited for Mark Magsayo.
Totally agree with all points about Magsayo. I mean, although he has faced international opponents, feeling ko rin na it's not enough to catapult him into a certain level of stardom. Kasi the way I see it, or the way I saw some of his fights before, parang he was bound to win those fights. Parang he was bound to win those fights. I like his style. It's pressure driven, and what I like about him is he likes to attack the body. And in a world of, I think that's one of the reasons why I like Magsayo in general is he's one of the few boxers na nakikita ko na that attacks the body. A lot of up and coming fighters, or I mean, hindi mo rin naman maiiwasan eh. Everyone is a headhunter by nature, pero at least yung fight IQ ni yung fight IQ ni Magsayo is there. It's at a level wherein he's very confident about the shots that he's taking. He's confident about the body shots and its transition towards attacking the head. But lagi may but eh, di ba? But how is he going to fare against top caliber opponents? And I really hope na, I mean, he's training under Freddie. He has the opportunity to train under Freddie Roach. I really hope that he doesn't lose focus. He doesn't lose. I hope this motivates him even further. Kasi wala ka ng I mean, you've saturated your. I mean, any boxer's dream is to fight abroad and at the same time earn more money from fighting, and you can only do that by winning. Diba? By the time that you get to the States, or by the time you get to another country, your record is nothing. Parang it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean anything talaga. If you have an undefeated record, you lose in your American debut, you will be shelved. Diba? Yun ang mangyayari dyan. Sabi, talo ka, okay, ano ka? Bakante ka muna. Hindi yan tulad ng MMA na Lalo-lalo na kung wala kang kontrata, pwede kang lumaban sa isang liga. Pag nagkataon, mga 3 months, 2 months, uy, may palaro doon, di ba? Or
Mm.
wala man akong pwede kang sumali doon. Sa boxing, hindi. Once you've signed with the promotion, you've signed with, um,
Oh.
and your promoters consider and negotiate your deals. Pag
Mm.
di ba, it's now or never na sa'yo. If you lose, it's gonna take
Mm.
like minimum 6 months. And then
Mm.
it could take years before you get another fight. So I really hope that
Mm.
he maintains his focus
Oh.
and use this opportunity to win. Because the moment na
Oh.
pumutok yung pangalan niya sa Amerika, he's gonna be under the eye of so many other promotions, 'di
Oh.
ba?
And just to add, brother, uh, kasi I'll get tripped if I will not mention this. If I have not mentioned this, I get tripped in the comment sections. Kasi the last fight na masasabi mo sa resume niya na masasabi kong quality was Chris Abalos. And
Mhm.
after that, hindi na siya nakakuha ng quality opponent just to catapult him at least in the top 3 of this division. His last fight was against Panyo Uto. I believe his alias in Thailand before was Sourcing Yu. He was a
Mhm.
former bantamweight world champion. Pero, of course, Panyo Uto was, ano mo yun, yung was an over the hill fighter.
Hindi.
Kung makikita mo
Parang
yung
ano nga
laban na
eh.
yun, parang
Kaya nga sabi ko, 'di ba,
easy-easy na lang.
parang
Oh,
'di ba?
oh.
And parang in boxing lingo, he's been fighting cans. 'Di ba? He's
Yeah.
been fighting
Ah.
cans. So,
Yun
at
lang yun ang
sa
hinihintay ko.
sayang yung
Oo.
talent niya eh. I mean, the guy's
Oo.
good.
Oo.
He's really good. I like the
Oo.
way he fights. I like the confidence that he resonates during his bouts. So, ano na lang, kailangan kasi ito yun eh. So, if he can maintain that momentum, if he can maintain the same amount of power, composure, and skill set at a higher level, ano na yun?
Oo.
Formula for
Oo.
superstardom.
Oo.
I really think that he's capable of doing it. I really believe that
Ako
he's
rin.
capable. He
Ako
has
rin.
the skill set to do it. Now it's up to him to execute. It's up to him to
Mm.
execute. Now, uh, technical skills again. Balik tayo sa jab. At least siya medyo
Oo.
masipag siya jumab. I
Oo.
like the way he attacks now. It's just he needs to improve more on the defensive end. Kasi ang nangyayari, more or less he would he would he would do a barrage or he would do a combination.
Mm.
Afterwards, after each sequence, mapapansin mo, even if you
Mm.
watch the highlights, after each
Mm.
sequence his hands drop down. So
Mm.
now, if I were a counter puncher, I would defend, wait for that pocket, and then go for my
Mm.
shot. So now he needs to make sure that his defense coincides with his offense. Kasi maganda yung offense niya eh. He has a very
Oh.
good
Oh.
offensive. He has good
Oh.
offensive
Oh. Oh.
strategy. He has good
Oh.
offensive implementation. Now it's a matter of adding defense into the mix. Diba?
Oh.
Now, next one. Ito, this is under the scoutful eyes of Nissi Icasiano because this guy I don't know him. His name is Samuel Salva. So I checked him,
Mm.
okay, boxrec.com and care of Google. Wala lang. Most of the information is that he's from Iligan City and resides in Lanao del Norte.
Ah.
Mr. Icasiano, kwento mo to. Who the hell is this guy?
I like Samuel Salva. I have seen him fight. I believe at ano ba to? Anong mall to sa QC? Sky Dome, SM North.
Sky Dome,
Okay.
SM North.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, he's good. He's good. Like, most naman sa atin is kulang is exposure. When you say exposure, not only media, not only the grandeur that comes with the promotion, it also it also comes with the quality of opponents. And the good thing about this is under Sean Gibbons and also MP
Mm-hmm.
Promotions, they held the first Filipino versus Filipino on Philippine shores last year for a
Okay.
world title. It was Samuel Salva versus Pedro Tadura for the
Okay.
world title, for the vacant IBF minimum title. Minimum
Uh-huh.
weight title. When we say minimum weight, the weight limit is 105 pounds. Mahiya naman sila sa atin.
Oo, 'di ba?
Sa mga
Medyo
bigat
ano,
natin.
bigat
Uh,
natin
so,
lahat. 105, no? Grabe.
105. So, they fought. Samuel Salva had the opportunity to vie for the title at an age of 22,
Mm,
a world title.
that's
So,
good.
against a fellow Filipino, against a fellow Filipino. Ngayon, ito nga si Samuel Salva was actually, if we're going to look at it, or on paper, was the favorite to win
Mm,
the fight. So, it was clear as daylight in the first round kasi talaga nakascore na siya ng knockdown in the
mm,
first round. Then, tides turned on him on the
mm.
second and third kasi nga ito nga si Pedro Taduran, who is also a Filipino, used his
Oh.
aggressiveness and his punching.
Mm.
In the fourth round, frustration started to, and unfortunately, he started to gasp for air before
Mm,
the fifth round, and referee Dan Sabdasan opted to wave it off.
okay.
Masyadong he just fell short, and doon mo makikita na though his opponent is also new to that world stage, it also shows na he is still raw for that kind of level.
Mm,
So, even though he is still an unpolished gem, you could see a talent eh. And he
mm.
redeemed himself earlier this year. Excuse me. Last January, I believe he fought in Iligan City. He won via TKO.
Mm.
Ngayon, it's a matter of feeding him good opponents to build his, to pad his records. You have
Uh-huh.
to feed him you have to feed him top opponents eh. And
Oo.
it's a high time for his promoter na alam mo yun yung parang ilako siya overseas. Just to see
Oo.
kung nasaan yung level niya kasi may talent eh. He has a good job. He can move. I mean, he moves in angles. Parang
Mm.
alam mo yun, yung target niya wasn't only di lang ang target niya nasa ulo eh, pati sa baba eh. So he could
Mm.
go up and down. Nakikita mo na rin sa kanya sa bagong badges ng boxer eh. Kaya I didn't include Jerwin Ancas dito, pero the best example is Jerwin Ancas. Siya champion, sabi na parang katulad ni Manny Pacquiao. No, he's not a carbon copy of Manny Pacquiao. He's
Mhm.
different. He's southpaw, but he's not Manny Pacquiao.
Oo.
Iba na yung mentality ngayon ng boxer eh. Thanks siguro sa exposure on social media. Kasi ngayon meron ng library na pwede niyong tignan si Vasily Lomachenko.
Oo.
Nakikita nila kung paano rin lumaro na si Canelo Alvarez. Though he's Mexican, he has good defense. He's not that typical Mexican warrior na he would slug it out. He would have a phone book exchanges with you. So makikita mo yung head movement. So ina-apply na rin eh. So
Mm.
makikita mo na rin sa certain level nag-evolve. Pero sayang, kung ang iisipin, it has been a problem with promoters in the Philippines is that they pad the fighters and they make money pagdating sa abroad kasi maganda na yung
Mm.
record. Then the boxer gets exposed. Tapos parang wala lang. Parang silang tinapon na sabong manok na pang sabong. So, ngayon, nakikita naman natin may potential. It's a high time for this guy at least to go regional, go to Japan, test the waters in Thailand. At least get a fair
Oh,
deal.
dapat
Kasi,
game dapat talaga ganyan.
and it's not enough eh. Fight, alam mo yun, you fight at 10 wins, a fighter with 10 wins and 27 losses. That's it
Mm.
for you. Diba? It's
Diba?
good if you're it's good if you're a newbie or a novice.
Or
Like
given na ano,
siguro parang
or yung iba naman kasi 10 wins, X number of losses sa pros pero
uh,
Diyos ko, 50 na pala, 100 na pala yung nilaban sa amateurs, di ba? So, ano na
uh,
rin talaga eh.
ibang
Depende.
ibang usapan na. Ibang
Pero, I mean, while
usapan na yan.
you were discussing this, I mean, I practically watched 2 videos of him. He's good. Okay siya.
He's good. He's good.
Okay siya.
And ito nga yung kinakatakot ko, bro.
Hmm.
He fought a guy like Pedro Taduran. Okay, let's say they're on the same level. Okay, Pilipinas lang naman din ako. Pilipino rin ako. Same quality of training. Pero ang kinakatakot ko kasi may talent eh. I don't want them to get exposed pagdating din sa big time level. Na alam mo kasi pag when they reach that big time level, it's make or break. When they lose that situation, it's back to square one. It's really hard to climb up.
Exactly.
It's really hard to reach that apex again eh. And sa akin lang, bigyan, sana, yung proper handling lang. And like what I said, the media or the press or these correspondents, not only in the combat sports industry, are the watchdogs. Alam mo yun, sa akin lang, okay, let's put aside the business practices of these promoters, how the sanctioning body treats them, or how the sanctioning body looks at them, or how the society looks at them. Alam mo yun, yung sa akin lang, is give every outlet, alam mo yun, bigyan nila ng encouragement. Ang bawat reporter is to, na alam mo yun, yung tutukan nyo, may makikitang, kasi habang tinututukan nyo yung mga certain boxers na yan, mag-iingat yung promoter. Oops, hindi tayo pwedeng gumalaw ng ganito kasi may matay.
Hindi pwedeng umabuso ng konti. Hindi pwedeng umabuso.
Ang problema kasi yan, with ang social media generation, let's say the online or the digital age, is a double-edged sword. Yes, it gives us access. It puts out the names of these athletes, whether they are good, they are not. Di talaga. Pero ang sinasabi ko lang, ang downside dito, minsan, karamihan, na nagiging basis dito is yung hits, yung clicks, yung views.
Yeah, pero yung metrics kasi. Kailangan may metrics eh.
Pero paano ka naman, hindi ka rin naman nagkukay for your next big star. It comes to tango, Franco.
And, I mean, you kept talking about the Salva versus Taduran fight. I pulled it up. It was, I mean, it's typical kasi for small guys to be very, very fast. Now it's just a matter of, I think their styles complemented each other on this fight. Now, when it comes to Salva, the way I say it is, he's ilan taon na ba to si Salva?
23.
23.
I believe he just turned 23 last February.
Watch 2 fights. Raw talent na at a very young, he's still young. He could work on so many other things. He needs to train more fundamentals. Kasi ang nangyayari, like for example, in the Taduran fight, he was able to knock him down in the first round. Nanggigil na siya. Kitang-kita sa mukha niya. It was all over his face. It was all over his demeanor. He wanted to finish the bout early. And then it gradually faded. And then, a lot of the fundamentals are missing. He's not fighting with his feet. He's fast. I saw the way he throws I saw the way he throws his punches. It's fast. The talent is there. He needs to polish the skill set. Pero he's also, I mean, this so far medyo maganda yung listahan na to. This Salva guy is good. Maganda yung medyo okay rin yung future nito si Salva as long as he stays the course. Okay. You want to add anything more about Salva or we go to the next one?
Let's go to the next one, brother.
Ito, I've heard about this guy before. Tapos nung nasa listahan mo, sabi ko parang familiar to eh. So nung sinearch ko siya, I've seen him fight mga 3 to 4 times. Si KJ Cataraha, another, ala pa rin ba to?
Ala.
Ala, okay. So, what's the story, KJ Cataraha?
Alam, the good thing about Ala, right, they're starting to invest on younger talent.
Uh-huh.
Of course, syempre, nagkaroon ng falling out with other fighters. Mark Magsayo, it includes Merlito Sabino, and the list goes on. And now that Donnie is, well, fortunately for Donnie, he won multiple titles in different weight classes. But of course, you have to acknowledge that Donnie is, well, it's a bit, alam mo yun yung bit na he's on his way out. Alam mo yun yung some of their fighters alam mo yun yung some of their fighters fell short.
He's probably good. Like he's good for a few more fights.
And if you're going to look at it, ang dami pa nilang dinevelop na fighter now who's now at the center stage. At least hoisting the flag for Ala Promotions. And now, ngayon, syempre, nagdi-diminish na rin yung quality ng, yung star quality. Of course, kailangan din nilang magtaas.
Kailangan nila mag-build up.
Ito nga si
Cataraha, KJ.
I saw, the first time I saw him fight was in 2015. It was in Cebu. Alam ko, it was in Cebu. One of the Pinoy Pride events. So, sabi ko,
Pinoy Pride!
Impressive! Isipin mo ngayon, he was just 17 or 15, mga panahon na yun, nung lumaban. Sabi ko, impressive. Saan nila napulot to? Of course, syempre, is either lang Cebu, Bohol. Ano galing? Ngayon ba na to? Now he's 11-0 in boxing. The good thing about this is he is surrounded by fighters, these technical fighters like Donnie Nietes. And alam mo yun, sa mundo ng boxing, di ko sinasabi sa Pilipinas, alam mo yun, underrated ni Milan Melindo. Pero kung ikaw, lover ka ng
magaling si Milan
boxing,
Melindo,
alam mo yun, yung ma-appreciate mo siya. Ako, mas gusto ko yung Milan Melindo noon. Na parang, sabi ko, ang galing niya. Talagang brick by brick, paano niya inaano. Tagal. Sige, ang tagal niyang, alam mo yun, para siya, ang best description ko nga kay Milan Melindo was a tenderizer. That's the good thing na meron katulad, ito nga si KJ sa stable nila. He has these men to guide him.
Yep.
And ito nga si KJ, alam mo yan, malayo pa for a world title. Pero the problem with Ala is they keep on protecting their fighters. And it happened with the Pagara brothers. It happened to AJ Banal. Alam mo yan, marami.
AJ, no?
Marami.
Feeling ko talaga may ibang rason yung kay AJ. There's probably a story we don't know, pero ewan ko he won his first few how many fights did he win in the States? Isa or dalawa, di ba? And then he just started flopping. Di ba? Parang feeling ko yung mga tipong it's either tinamad siya mag-ensayo or
he got 2 world title shots.
Di ba? Parang akala niya siguro sobrang galing niya na, di ba? Ewan ko basta lumabas sa mga laban niya, he was lazy. It looked like he was out of shape, di ba? Parang may ganun
As when it comes to tango, brother, I would always go for the reason na, alam mo yun yung, before you hit big time, I will make sure. If ako lang magpapatakbo ng stable. And of course, it's easier said than done. Pero I will always go for the quality of opponents. I would always go for that. Doesn't matter if he moves up with an immaculate professional record. I don't care. I don't care if he moves up with 3 losses. I don't really care. Pero alam mo yan, it comes to tango, bro eh. Kailangan gawin din ng promoter and trainer eh. You have to pursue matches that will bring out the best.
Mm-hmm.
And during to AJ Banal, I don't think that he had that quality of opponent.
Yeah.
And I think
Wala
most
siya.
of them, and most of them, except for the two. Ako, sa akin lagi ko may isip si Donnie and si pero nga, for KJ, bro. I mean, alam mo yung nakaganon ka,
Oo.
gusto mong sa tamang
Tama.
direction.
Tama.
Yung gusto ko sana makita ng ala na we have to go down this. We did this before. We hesitated alliance with some of our fighters. So let's go down this path and let's see what would happen. Sa akin, gano'n lang kay KJ eh. Kasi may talent eh. The guy is right-handed with explosive hands.
Yeah, he has knockout power.
I mean, 9 out of 11? 9 out of 11. So, kailangan magkaroon ng kumpiyansa yung bata mo eh. He's only 24.
Oh.
So,
or baka maya-maya ayaw niya na mag-boxing.
Diba? So, sa akin lang mas nilagay ko kasi si KJ for the sake, ito sa listahan natin, kaya ako nilagay si KJ sa listahan to. Alam mo yan yung, para mapag-usapan natin na parang, uy, may boxer pa dito. I wanted to Mark Anthony Barriga. I really wanted to put Mark Anthony Barriga the list. Para lang masabi na parang, eto hindi to typical na
listahan.
Filipino boxer. Ano ba yung typical na Filipino? Ito si Mark Anthony Barriga kasi parang pag lumaro to, parang kaliwete Floyd Mayweather. That's the best analogy para lang maintindihan ng mga listeners and viewers natin. Alam mo yan yung, I really wanted to put Mark Anthony Barriga, pero syempre, I would think of someone who needed the spotlight. And Mark Anthony Barriga turned professional after a stint in the Olympics. Alam mo yan yung, sa akin lang sabi ko, let's put out KJ Cataraha. And
I like the way he fights, I like the way he fights. He has a good, he uses his reach a lot, which is good. He knows his advantages, and I like the
that's important.
I like the fact. I like the fact that he uses. I like the way paano ko ba yan to. I've seen in the fights that I've watched him fight, maganda yung kanyang jab and hook combination. Diba? Naging potent na siya. As in, later on, it was a good combination for him. It was a jab. Okay? It was a jab. Same hand hook. Same hand attacks the body and then goes for the head. Medyo maganda yung he got that rhythm already. Kuhang-kuha niya na yung flow niya na yun. It's what do you call this? It takes time to develop something like that. It takes time to develop something like that. He was patient enough. Very very notable for his trainers to actually develop that skill set. Kasi ano siya eh, maganda yung reach niya, and he's also another fighter that likes to attack the body, and ito rin yun. He uses his reach. He has a good jab and hook combination using the same hand, and then he uses uppercuts. That is a formula for a very dangerous fighter. You have the reach and you throw uppercuts. Ganda yun. And at least at the early part of his career, nakukuha niya na yung mga ganong klaseng combinations. And it's just a matter of piecing everything together and creating more combinations from those attacks and angles. And again, more exposure. Feeling ko, I mean, seeing the way he moves and fights now, medyo, ano to eh, magandang future prospect to. He's gonna get better at this. Ano lang din yan, tawag to, I mean, points of improvement is, of course, utilize more jabs, use his reach more.
Oh,
Kasi ang problema,
oh,
if
oh,
he is going to be baited into like a phone booth, flat foot na
oh,
exchange,
oh,
tapos
oh,
in-fighter yung kalaban niya, that's gonna be a problem for him.
oh,
So
oh,
it's a matter of fighting at a distance that is comfortable for him, diba? So
mm,
use your reach, use that
oh,
advantage, and then if
oh,
the person goes in,
oh,
if your opponent tries to go in, have better footwork that you can move out. Yun. Yun yung pinaka,
mm,
ano ni, parang halos, hindi napapansin ko sa mga Pinoy na fighter eh. I understand that they want to be entertaining. Pero kailangan din sabihin, feeling ko nasa coaching na yan eh.
oh,
Kailangan din
mm,
may magsabi sa kanila na pwede nyo tong, you can be entertaining, you can knock out
oh,
you can knock out your
oh,
opponents
oh,
without accepting too much damage. Parang masyadong na-ingrain sa sistema
oh,
natin
oh, oh,
makipagsabayan.
oh. Yun nga,
Laging na
kasi,
nakikipagsabayan.
oh, yun nga, brother. Ano, alam mo yun yung connotation now when it comes to Philippine boxing is the best offense, the best defense. Laging nandiyan yung akibat o karoon ng
Mm.
Philippine boxing.
Uh,
And the best example ng boxer who broke the mold of Philippine boxing is, sa akin lang sa
mm.
akin lang, right now, who's at the top level who has a world title around his waist, is si Jerwin Ancajas. Very different.
Sherwin
Very different.
Angahas, yeah.
Uh, 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 very technical. He uses his jabs very, very well. Very efficient. He goes to the body, then he baits, then he pounces with his left hand sa ulo. Pare, napakaganda. He moves in and out. He darts in and out, pare. He moves side to side. Napakaganda. Kaya nga
Yeah,
ang sinasabi ko,
okay
hindi
si
siya pwedeng
Sherwin.
maitulad
Okay
ni
siya.
Senator Manny Pacquiao. Okay si Jerwin. And
Fan
sa
ako
akin
ni
lang at the top level,
Jerwin.
ang ano lang,
Fan ako ni
uh,
Jerwin Angahas. Mahusay siya.
he's,
Si,
he's
and
really
then,
impressive.
next, si Carl James Martin. Si James spelled with two M's.
Yes.
Okay, what's his story, bro?
Okay. He came from he's a second generation boxer. I believe his father was a professional boxer
Mm-hmm.
back. I don't know. Pero I believe, alam ko stories like that. Yun. So, he's a second generation boxer. He grew up in Ifugao, the province of Ifugao. So,
Uh-huh.
sa atin, ngayon sa ngayon, na parang sa atin, nakaano siya na, oy, fighter ka? Saan ka galing? Cordillera Region. Anong sport mo? Boxing. Wow, kasi syempre, associated niya ang Cordillera Region sa mixed martial arts. So,
Oo.
this is a 20-year-old from Ifugao. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
he has these interesting stories. Stays interesting story. Kasi before, he used to wrap his hands with diaper cloth. So, ginugupit niya,
Mm.
ginwrap niya. So,
Okay.
syempre, so hindi naman sila well off, hindi rin naman sila sabihin natin na mayaman.
Oh.
So, they started like that. So, passionate siya, tinrain siya ng father niya, si Abel Martin. So, they
Mm-hmm.
train talaga every day, every single day. They train, ganyan, transition to professional. Talagang wala silang kinikita dun sa
Mm.
pagbaboxing nila. And doon pa lang makikita mo na yung raw talent kasi merong footwork yung bata. He has speed, he is a southpaw. Alam mo yun yung completos recados yung
Mm.
bata. Nandun na lahat sa sahog Kung kunyari you have yung meal nandun. And nasa paano na lang siya. Even charisma meron Tutukan mo ng recorder, tutukan mo ng camera, sasagot maayos Magalang. Alam mo
Mm.
yan yung complete package yung bata. Then, nakakuha siya ng exposure through ESPN 5. And
Mm-hmm.
alam ko according sa mga masasabing chismis, according din sa mga
Ah.
balita,
Sa mga pundits.
na the big chunk of that money ay napunta dun sa father niya para bayaran nila yung mga utak nila.
Okay.
Kasi yung
That's good.
kailangan kasi kailangan gawin ng father niya is may talent anak niya eh. Walang kukuhang promoter. So ang ginawa, out of his own pocket, siya nagpo-promote ng sariling laban. Siya nagpo-promote ng ano. So syempre
Okay.
magkakabaon-baon ka sa utang.
Okay,
So
that's a very interesting story.
very
Okay na.
interesting story. Pero syempre, though he fought fighters na ngayon through the help of promoters din, nila Brico Santig, nila Mr. Jerry Peñalosa and others, na marami rin tumutulong sa kanya. Kasi nakita nga nila eh, uy, may talent yung bata. It's very explosive. Talagang, nakikita mo yung movement eh. Yung galaw, he rarely gets off balance. Alam mo yun alam mo yung pulido eh. Even though he fought fighters from Tanzania, Thailand, hindi pa siya nakakaabot dun sa rankings ng mga divisions, ng alphabet divisions from WBO to IBF. Wala pa eh. Nandun pa rin siya doon sa building process ng pagiging champion boxers niya. And, alam mo yan, ang ganda na ng marketing eh. May straight, he has this impeccable style, perfect combination eh. And I really hope na, alam mo yan, yung mapunta sa tamang kamay ng promoter. And,
minsan
alam mo
minsan
yun,
minsan nagiging make or break sa career ng mga boksingero yun, no? Parang
alam mo
laking
yan,
bagay
bro,
talaga niya.
bro, ako na magsasabi sa'yo, work ethic, meron yung bata. Hindi ko alam kung talagang natural na sa mga taga-Cordillera. Kasi when we say Cordillera, pumapasok sa mga isip natin, Team Lakay.
Well, ano rin naman wala kasi masyadong distractions. The air is cleaner. They have access to better food, better quality of food. Tapos, feeling ko malaking factor talaga yung walang distraction. Feeling ko talaga malaking factor. If you're a fighter, you should train in the mountains talaga. Mas may focus ka talaga.
Ito lang bro. Tatlo na nakikita ko din kasi sabi kong perfect combination ng batang to. Aside from work ethic, meron talagang skills.
Alam mo, while you were narrating and I was listening, dahil na move ako doon sa sinasabi mo, I checked him out. The guy's fucking good. He's really good. As in, tama. Good fundamentals. He has good pacing. He's patient. He's patient the way he attacks. Meron na siyang set of barrage na he already has a set of barrage attacks. Tapos he's fast. He's quick, he has good footwork. Medyo and he's not lacking international opponents, Meron na rin, I mean, I watched one highlight video. Meron na siya nakakalaban na ibang foreigner. So ibig sabihin, as you said, I think he's okay. He's a very good candidate for the big letter leagues na. Tama lang talaga. Talaga mapunta siya sa tamang handler.
Yung ang issue ko lang dito is yun nga ulit, yung quality of opponent, paano siya aakyat eh. Hindi mo pwedeng i-rush eh. Never mo pwedeng i-rush. And sa day and age din natin, this would have to be reminded that there should be one and the pressure shouldn't be on them to be or to emulate Senator Manny Pacquiao. That's the advantage. The good side of it is that we're living on a different age. That we have a library, we have resources of I can take this and incorporate it into my style.
Alam mo, kahit si Pacquiao sinasabi niya na Kahit si Pacquiao sinasabi niya na, huwag niyo mong gayahin, di ba? Be your own. Be your own kind of fighter.
Yun eh. And, I mean, yun yung maganda ngayon sa generation natin yan. Some of the boxers are now are starting to research, are starting to explore, are starting to at least find a template na parang, or let's say, kung ano yung style that suits. Yun ang maganda lang ngayon eh.
Mm.
Yun lang kinaganda ngayon. And of course, kinaganda rin yun, there are several platforms. For example, lang HBO Boxing, naglabasan ang The Zone. We're
Mm.
starting to go digital. Now, The Zone is handing out a large sum of money katulad kay Canelo. I mean, iba na yung direction eh. Ngayon, hindi
Mm.
lang tayo dapat fixated on having our fights on televisions. Ngayon, parang nag-iiba na yung platform. So,
Mhm.
like what I said, may opportunities eh. May opportunities. Pero, if you get lost into it, that's a different story. Pero if you maximize your opportunities and you attract good, and puro ko ang bad ones din eh. You turn it to good. It will
Mm.
benefit you eh.
'Di ba? It's ano, I mean, I like
Ah.
the way he fights. I like the way he approaches things. Medyo ano siya. Nagtataka ako,
Gusto ko
'di
yung
ba?
bata.
Dapat may naka-scout na nito eh.
Yeah,
dapat
yun
may,
nga.
dapat may
Yun nga.
naka-scout na nito eh. I'm
Yun
like, what the
nga.
hell's wrong
Yun
with
nga.
people?
I will
Hey,
never
whoever's
get
gonna fucking watch this, okay?
oh,
So
I'll
these are
never
the
get
names,
tired of
Medyo
I will
hopefully
never
we
get
get
tired of
we,
talking about that kid.
we,
I will never get tired of talking about that kid
so we got
until he reaches the world stage.
grabe itong mga
Alam
to.
mo yun
Ganyan.
yung
Yumir Mashal, Mark Magsayo, Samuel Salva, KJ Cataraja, Carlos James Martin. James spelled with a double M. Okay, these are, I mean, this is a very good list and this is just five. For sure, later on, marami pa tayo may encounter na mga pangalan na
ah,
pag-uusapan natin. Pero these ones, okay? So, for
ah,
crying out loud, come on. Okay, give them their money. Okay?
ah,
And as much as
ah,
we are a boxing loving nation,
ah,
ito rin naman, this is one thing that I want all fighters to develop. Okay, once you once you hit the world stage, it's not the end goal. It's just the
mm,
beginning, 'di ba? It's just the beginning.
ah,
Your first international paycheck should be your first international fight leading to your first international paycheck should be the platform for the next international fight, international paycheck. Hindi pwedeng nakalaban na ako ng isa,
ah,
sumweldo na ako ng malaki, tatamarin na ako
mm,
after the next fight. Hindi.
ito,
Or feeling mo porket nakalanding ka na sa ibang international promotion, you're the shit na. 'Di ba? Or sobrang
ah,
superstar ka na. Hindi ganun.
ah,
It's the beginning. Your
ah,
first
ito,
fight, your first
ah,
international paycheck should be the platform for the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one until you finish your career. Hindi siyang end
ah,
goal. Um,
mm,
I do this a lot with some of the fighters that I have access to. I message them, as in I tell them, "Oh, good job. May laban ka sa Korea. Good job. May laban ka sa Japan. Good luck. Good job. May laban ka sa Amerika. This is don't ever think na superstar ka na. Don't ever think
ah,
that this is it. This should be this should be the platform or dapat isipin mo kagad dapat manalo ka para may kasunod. Yun dapat. Okay? And then, ang downfall lang naman ng kahit na sinong talented na fighter will always be fame getting into their heads, uh,
mm,
earning money and thinking that it's not gonna run out, thinking that they're
mm.
unbeatable, and the double-edged sword that is that is love life. Diba? The moment na, diba, I mean, it works both ways, both
Nangyari
for
ba sa'yo
male.
yan?
Ha?
Nangyari ba sa'yo yan?
Sabi mo nga. Alam mo kasi. Pero, I mean, I've had my share of negative reinforcement. Buti na lang yung kasama ko sa buhay ngayon, positive reinforcement.
Ah.
Ang ilang needs.
Ah.
Diba? So, at least,
Thank you, Lord.
thank you, Lord! So, at least, ayan. So, now, so that's for boxing. Now, whoever's gonna watch this, you can put you can tell us who are the other fighters that you think should be part of the list, so that
Ah,
we can scout and cover them,
ah,
and we can talk about them in this channel. Um,
ah.
let's switch over to MMA. First on the list for Mr. Icasiano is Jean-Claude Saclag of Lakay Wushu. So what do you think about this guy? So, ayan. Mga ano to eh. Ito yung mga young guns na ni Lakay Wushu tong mga to eh.
Oh, this is the new blood. Best description, new blood ng Team Lakay. Alam mo yan, they are far from their predecessors. That's the perfect description. Uh, sa akin lang my own opinion, they are no longer those one-dimensional fighters kung ko-compare dun sa mga tatang
Nauna sa
nila.
kanila. Oo,
Sa,
oo.
uh, sa mga manong, yun ang tamang
Mm.
term nila, mga manong nila. And kasi ang kinaganda doon is before tayong pag-usapan talaga tong si Saklag is that kasi nabuhay na sila, na MMA na yung program eh.
Yep.
Unlike nila Edward Pulayang is nagta-transition sila eh. So alam mo yan yung alam mo yan yung hinihimay pa nila kung ano yung nakakabuti para sa kanilang MMA career. So alam mo yan yung mix and match pa, alam mo they make mistakes, alam mo marami pang nangyayari. So right now iba na rin, and before ay nasa ilalim ng meat shop sa palengke. Ngayon, iba na.
Oo, ngayon
They
nasa
have their
Trinidad
own
na
state of
sila.
the art. Now they have their own state of the art training facility. Ngayon, nakumpleto na talagang sa hanggang ngayon. Para ako, pag nakikita ko, naluluka ako. Kasi, alam mo naman din yung transition from wala talaga, na talagang limited, para pag-ensayo. And I mean, nakikita ko yung dati after URCC events. Pagkatapos nila ng URCC event, paano sila mag-celebrate? Sa likod ng World Trade Center, kakain sila na. So, alam mo yan yung iba na eh. So ngayon, balik tayo dito kay Jean-Claude Saclag. Iba na yung nakalumulatan nila. Alam mo yan, not because nagpa-pamper na sila. Iba na yung program eh. Time namin, battle-tested na yung program nila. And very apparent naman kasi he is Wushu medalist. I believe he reached the world championships of Wushu. I believe he's a silver medalist in Wushu. Then he transitioned to kickboxing. He's now a gold medalist in SEA Games.
Yeah.
Napakaganda. Napakagaling. Alam mo yung he hits his strikes with precision. Hindi lang siya all out assault eh. Alam mo yun yung he waits for you to commit mistakes, then he pounces. Doon ko nakikita eh. Alam mo yun yung small mistake, he capitalizes on small mistakes, then he exposes it eh. Yun yung gusto ko dito kay is Jean-Claude Saclag. The problem is with Jean-Claude Saclag is syempre nasabak siya sa Shooto in 2009. And of course, we don't introduction. It's an old organization in Japan. And Japan, alam mo yun yung parang kultura na nila yung mixed martial arts. And of course, syempre, may other aspect may other facet na ma-expose talaga. Kasi bata eh. Alam mo yun yung growing. And maraming bagay maraming elements pa na dapat matutunan.
And then, I'll cut you off for a bit. Kasi, nakita ko yung listahan mo, dalawa pala sila eh. Isang Lakay Wushu to para pag-isahin na natin. The other guy is Lito Adiwang. Sige. Para after you go sa Clag, you go straight to Lito Adiwang.
Okay. Punta na rin tayo kay Lito. Okay. Si Lito Adiwang started as a Muay Thai practitioner. Alam ko, nag-train pa to for AKA Thailand under Mike Swick. Mike Swick, the Ultimate Fighter alumnus.
Yeah.
So, marami pa siyang pinuntahan. Then, he went back to Team Lakay. He was discovered by Rich Franklin through yung developmental territory.
Mhm.
Then Rich Franklin gave him a shot. Talaga, he was impressive. For one Warrior series, talagang sunod-sunod ang panalo. I don't know kung 4 or 3 winning streak. No, he got the 6-figure contract.
Okay.
6-figure contract.
Six-figure contract.
Uh,
Okay.
let's put it that way. Okay, 6-figure contract. And he made his debut against, it was in Japan against a pancrase champion, a former pancrase champion, Senso Ikeda.
Okay.
Okay, the impression kahit pag nakita mo si Lito parang,
Mm.
the second coming of Kevin Bellingon because he moves. He fights like Kevin. He
Mhm.
also has this
Yung ano,
Cordilleran mullet. Uh, Cordilleran
the
mullet.
C mullet,
Uh,
the C mullet.
uh, na parang, ano yan yung, parang si Kevin to. Bigla nito, ito sa Japan. He made his debut. His main roster debut. Just to be clear. He made his main roster debut. Tapos pare, ang ginawa niya, parang modified Kimuras na bali niya.
Mm.
Pag akyat nilang game na bali niya, siya pa yung nakapansin, siya pa yung nagturo sa referee
Sa referee na nabali niya.
yung presence of mind, yung parang sabi nung and this guy is, itong Senso Ikeda, yung teammate niya si Danny King, a month prior, dumaan sa butas ng kar. Pagdating dito kay Lito Adiwang, parang huli. Alam mo yan, tapos in his next fight under the One Championship banner, parang nakakuha naman siya ng armbar against Pong Siri. I don't know if it's an armbar. I forgot Hindi ko armbar or chicken wing. Alam ko si Joshua ang chicken wing. Pero it's a modified chicken wing. Parang ganun.
Uh-huh.
You're the jiu-jitsu black belt, so you could say.
Panoorin ko na lang yan. Panoorin ko na.
So, pero kasi sabi ko lang dito is, iba na yung new generation of Team Lakay. Alam mo yan yung, before matatanda mo yan, they used to submit their opponents using ground and pound. Pero that submission. Alam mo, iba na yung generation yung Team Lakay. And I'm happy na they took that leap. And now that's paying off for them. Na okay to nangyayari sa kanila. And for Lito Ading John Cloud sa class, alam mo yun, the future is bright for Philippine MMA. Pero ito ang pinaka-problem ko. Pinaka-problem ko is now, we tend to focus on Team Lakay. Kasi sila lang at a certain level. Nasa kanila lang yung focus na pag may nangyari sa kanila, alam mo yun, it summarize kung ano man ang nangyayari sa Philippine MMA.
Sa Philippine MMA scene.
Yun lang ang ayoko. Kasi, it should be a motivation then for other teams to climb up. It's also a eye-opener na medyo lawakan natin. Pero, lagi ko sinasabi to. Ang gusto ko sa Cordilleran culture of combat sports is their selflessness. What I mean is, one person would go down to Metro Manila or would go to a certain country. They go back, they have this kind of knowledge, and they would share it. Alam mo yun,
and that's how it's supposed to be.
sila doon.
That's how the really good gyms, malalaman mo na ganun sila. The really good ones. And magre-reflect din naman yun sa, in their victories. So, it's a good reflection of team culture and how their relationship is with each other. Medyo okay naman. Naman kasi, ako naman kasi, when it comes to Lakay Wushu, okay? When it comes to Lakay Wushu, and I always tell this to everyone, they are the best blueprint of what is the potential of
Mm.
a Filipino MMA fighter.
True.
You have you have
True.
you have you have the best setting for MMA training, which is the Cordilleras. Diba? The air is
Uh,
cleaner. You have
uh,
better food, better quality of nutrition.
uh,
Uh, Ifugao genes are very very strong. They have
true.
impeccable. They
True.
have
I agree.
impeccable.
I agree.
Diba?
I agree.
They have
I
impeccable
agree.
cardio. They're very strong. They're very athletic. Now it's just a matter of piecing techniques together. If there's one thing
Uh,
lacking with a Lakay Wushu fighter, utilization of hands, grappling, and wrestling.
mm,
Mapapansin
mm,
mo, mapapansin mo na they know that they're strong, they know that they're athletic, so they utilize it all the time. Yun yung nagiging A game nila. Ang problema,
uh,
if they fight someone who is as athletic, who is as prepared as they are, doon na nullify lahat yon. And makikita mo na they will always go back to pushing side kick and then one haymaker. Nagiging ganun yung format. Mapapansin mo yan sa lahat ng laban
uh,
nila. 'Di ba?
uh,
The moment
uh,
they realize na okay, kaya makipagsabayan sa akin ang kalaban ko, push side kick, low kick, head kick, body kick, puro sipa na sampal, and then may
uh,
haymakers na suntok. Now,
uh,
uh, I the way it's just that ito yun eh. You can only rely on athleticism and physical genetics for so long. Diba?
mm,
Your techniques have to evolve. And you can only develop these techniques during
uh,
off season. So siguro for sure, 'di ba? For sure they're training during their off season pero it's not skill building. Kasi lumalabas kahit panoorin mo sila yung mga laban nila,
uh,
there's a certain way, there's a certain pattern to their movements. And if
uh,
your opponent is smart, they know what to do and they already know what
mm,
to do.
uh,
The new breed of Lakay fighters that I am seeing are
uh,
much smarter. They have better
uh,
transitions.
uh,
I just really hope that they get to be with a coach or they add coaches. They add coaches to their roster that will help
uh,
with their ano that will help with the other aspects
mm,
of fighting.
uh,
Kasi their team is growing. Their team is growing.
mm,
The Manongs are still active fighters.
mm,
So now it's a matter of ako lang this is just my opinion. And I love Team Lakay. I I I have the utmost respect for especially the Manongs dahil mga kaibigan ko sila si Edward, si Honorio, sila Beligon. They paved the way for that camp. But at the same time, I also have to look at it as a team from a team perspective na
uh,
you can't be guiding the young ones while also training for your fights. That's the
mm,
reason why you have coaches.
uh,
And clearly, as good as Coach Mark Sangyao is, he cannot handle it alone. He needs
uh,
help. He needs help. Dapat ano na
totoo.
siya. For me, dapat si Coach Mark, siya na yung overall head. Tapos meron na siyang boxing coach. Meron na
Uh,
siyang
uh,
wrestling coach. Meron siyang
uh,
jiu-jitsu coach na full-time na magtuturo
uh,
sa mga
uh,
fighters. Hindi
uh,
pwedeng kasi
totoo.
for example,
Totoo.
'di ba? Coach Mark would definitely want to impart as much knowledge as he can to his students. Pero
Uh,
you're only one person and
uh,
nakakapagod magturo.
uh,
And I'm saying this from the
totoo.
perspective, from the point of view of a
Totoo.
coach who coaches
Oo.
professional and competitive fighters. Nakakapagod siya ha.
Mm,
It's not an easy
totoo.
job. It's not an easy job.
Totoo.
You have to manage egos, you have to manage careers, you have to manage training. Dude,
Totoo.
it's gonna take a toll on your body. He needs help.
Totoo.
Now,
Totoo.
they get a really good wrestling coach. They really get a good jiu-jitsu coach.
Ah.
I guarantee you, their games are gonna go
Oh,
higher.
eh,
And
ako,
aminin man nila
go.
at hindi, kailangan nila ng boxing coach. They need a boxing
Ah,
coach.
ah,
They need a
ah,
boxing
ah.
coach.
Yun nga rin eh. Kasi tamang-tama na rin for Team Lakay. They have this gym na. Siguro kailangan na rin. Siguro naman
They
naiisip
have
na
a
nila
really
yung ganun
nice gym, ah.
approach.
They have a
Kasi,
nice
oh,
gym.
kasi kunyari si Edward. Si Edward trained in 2018 sa Jackson Wink. So, alam na niya kung paano yung blueprint, kung paano pinatatakbo ng katulad ng isang team tulad ng Jackson Wing, kung paano yung daily operations nila. For example, Mike Winkle dyan will not interfere with Greg Jackson's affairs. Kasi, sipin mo,
Mm.
iba yung expertise nila. Kasi Mike Winkle dyan focus on striking. Pagdating naman kay Greg Jackson, more on the grappling department. So, kailangan talaga ng ganun eh.
Ang tawag dito, si Coach Winkle John sa striking. They have Freitas for grappling. Si Greg Jackson, siya na yung piecing everything together. Siya yung
Okay.
strategy, tactical, cage tactician na siya, kumbaga. So, diba, for a concentrated MMA team like Lakay Wushu, since they're going towards that direction, they have to departmentalize. They have to make sure na kasi sayang. Ako I want them to succeed. I really want them to succeed. They have sila ang kaya rin siguro like sinabi mo kanina na whatever happens to the Lakay Wushu team is a reflection of Philippine MMAs because wala eh. They set the tone talaga. They set the tone, 'di
Hindi,
ba? And
tsaka
they could only thank
sinasabi
the
ko,
Manongs for that.
ito lagi ko sinasabi, lalo sa stage ngayon, brother, na they got 5 world titles from 1 championship, 1 in Brave Combat Federation. Philippine
They're all
MMA
over the place.
goes where Philippine MMA goes where Team Lakay, where Philippine MMA goes where Team Lakay brings them. Alam mo yan yung
'Di ba? So kaya rin eto na. Kaya rin hindi rin puro Lakay Wushu yung nasa listahan natin. Okay? Next one, okay? So we got two boys from Checkmat. Okay, we got two boys from Checkmat. It's Ian Batoto and Iron Montilla. So si Iron Montilla, his name is June Montilla. Iron is his cage
or
name.
Ernesto Montilla Jr.
Ernesto Montilla Jr. Okay? His cage name is Iron Montilla. I'm very much familiar with this too. Iron Montilla and Ian Batoto. These are in your anong weight divisions? These are your smaller guys eh. These two flyweight. These two individuals. They're both from Checkmat, and Checkmat is one of those up and coming teams in terms of I mean they've solidified themselves in the jiu-jitsu scene. They are making their presence felt in the MMA scene na. Kasi they have other MMA fighters under their roster. Pero definitely Ian Batoto and Iron Montilla are at the top of the food chain. As in, these guys are very tough, they're very fast, they're very strong, and they're very technical. And I could definitely say this si Jun Montilla second to none work ethic. I mean, his work ethic is very high. He's very and they're both humble. They're both nice people. So ano sila? Their careers can only go up. They just need that proper platform. They just need that proper exposure and for more people to get to know them. Pero definitely skill set nandun sila. Skill set definitely nandun. Championship caliber dalawa to. Diba?
Ngayon Ian J. Batoto, brother, the best description na mabibigay ko dyan, he is the best kept secret of Philippine MMA. Bakit ko sinasabing best kept secret on Philippine MMA? In Philippine MMA. Bro, according to records sa website, parang 2 lang ang pro fights nitong taong to. And, pero, alam mo yon yung parang siyang nabuburo na in the amateur level. And sa akin, parang it's time na parang sobrang hinog niya. Ayoko naman na maburo siya masyado doon. Bro, he has this constricting style I mean, constricting style of fighting that earned him the nickname the Argonaut.
Mm.
Alam mo yun, kasi ganun talaga, bro. Pag pag hinayaan mo siyang to have it his way, bro, you would sink against this fighter. And aside from that, he has a decent stand-up. And sa akin lang,
Oh, he's very good. He's very good at the stand-up. He
it's
knows how to fight.
it's very rare for me to say, especially in Philippine MMA, that I would say na yung isang fighter is like a Swiss knife. This guy is like a Swiss knife. And alam mo yun, yung very obvious pare in the free agent market na parang, oy, pwede kong kunin to. Pero nagtataka ako, bakit walang makakuha? Yun ang tataka ako ngayon, parang, uy, may nakakapansin ba sa taong to? Yun lang ang akin. I'm still wondering why.
Kaya nga,
Sa
dyan
akin
nga
kasi,
papasok talaga yung ano eh. Dyan papasok talaga yung, ito rin yan eh, how they present themselves.
oh,
And I'm not just talking about the people in this list. I'm talking about everyone or every MMA fighter that wants to make it big, wants to earn a lot of money, wants to earn as a fighter. It's how you present
oh,
yourself, it's how
oh,
you market yourself, how you ano ba yung imahe mo sa
oh,
publiko, di ba? Ano ba yung paano mo ipapackage yung sarili mo sa kanila? Yes, fighter ka. Kailangan mo lumaban, pero kung gusto mong magka-sponsors, kung gusto mong magkaroon ng
oh,
other financial
oh,
channels,
mm,
you have to do the extra work. And
oh,
yan, yun din yung ginagawa ko. That's why when these MMA fighters approach and ask me, I give them good answers. I tell them the
oh,
truth. I tell them that this is the things that you need to work on.
oh,
And
oh,
ayan, pero definitely, I agree with your point na parang bakit hindi napansin to si Ian Batoto
oh,
before. Pero ano
oh,
yan?
oh,
They release him? Dude, this guy, ang galing na to.
oh.
Magaling.
Kasi, ito lang nga, brother. Ayokong mangyari kay Ian J. Batoto. Honestly, hindi lahat ng media makaka-relate sa kwento na to. Kasi kung ikaw talaga yung nasa Philippine MMA, makaka-relate ka sa kwento na to. I mean, ayoko mangyari kay Ian J. Batoto katulad na nangyari kay Jimboy Pantilla. If you remember
Ah.
him, I mean,
I know Jim Boy.
alam mo yan, alam ko yung konting nangyari between him and his team, pero I don't want to get into it too much
Mm.
on your podcast. Pero alam mo yun yung sayang. Alam mo yun yung hinog na pang pro na to, alam mo na. Then alam mo yun yung nasayang. Yun
Mm.
lang yung best example. I love Jimboy. Alam mo yun, gusto ko si Jimboy. Nakita ko ilang beses si Jimboy. Kalaban din namin si Jimboy in one of his fights in the amateur. Gusto ko si Jimboy. Gusto ko yung Jimboy. Gusto ko yung, especially ang signature niya head kick. Gusto ko si Jimboy. Pero katulad din Jimboy, katulad din ni Ian J. Batoto, nagtataka ako bakit hindi pa sila nakaka-break in into that professional ranks.
Mm.
And ayoko naman for Ian J. Batoto to go down that route. And sa akin, no disrespect for Jimboy. I love Jimboy. Talaga kahit ako pag nakita ko yan, I would always. Pero alam mo yun, yung for Ian, alam mo yun kung alam natin kung ano naman yung nangyayari niya with the lockdown, with the global health crisis. Pero after this, kung ano man ang ipresenta sa kanya, sunggaban na niya. Kasi hindi mo alam eh. Kasi ang shelf life ng bawat fighter, konti lang. It's not
Konti lang talaga.
forever.
Well, I think that's not gonna happen with these two kasi Checkmat has a good leadership structure, and Coach Manny will do what is best for his
Yeah.
fighters. He's a very good leader. He's a very good coach, and he will not meddle with the success of his people, or at least that's how I know him. So now it's just a matter of how Ian and Iron Montilla will handle their careers in terms of taking fights, paychecks, managing money, di ba? What do they do during their off season, di ba? So nasa sa kanila 'yon. Okay, next. We have ito, pareho natin kilala to, si Fritz Biagtan. I like this guy.
Oo.
Ito yun
Ganda.
he has technical savvy. He's
Mm.
technically proficient.
Totoo.
He has
Mm.
character. He has
Oo.
character. He has
Mm.
charisma. He
Mm.
has charisma.
Oo, totoo yun.
Totoo yan.
Totoo yun.
Bihira. I mean, that's very rare for fighters. That's very
He
rare
has a
for fighters.
supportive father.
He has a very supportive father. Di ba? He's in a good camp.
Mm-mm.
Now, the striking department, no question. He's very
Next
good.
question asked.
Yeah.
No questions asked. I
He
agree.
needs to work
I
on
agree.
his
Hands
wrestling.
down.
He
Hands
needs to
down.
work. He's gonna need work on his wrestling and his grappling. That's it.
Uh-huh. And it's a perfect avenue for him because uh, I won't spoil anything, pero I know he's in Pattaya, Thailand. So he's
Oh,
in a
lol.
training camp.
Nag, nagtitiktok nga sila.
Nasa Pattaya, Thailand siya
Nasa
ngayon. It's a
Pattaya
good
siya.
training camp. It's a good training camp. I don't know what's up for him in the future, pero I hope he focuses on the grappling department.
Hmm. He
I
needs to work
I
on his
hope
wrestling and his grappling.
ito, ito, ito lang. I know you need to have other streams of income. Alam mo yan yung, pero I hope Fritz and Coach Ray, alam mo yan, would try to focus on one combat sport. Alam mo
Hmm.
yan, they dabble into kickboxing, they dabble into that, they even dabbled into box. Pero alam mo yan, you look at what's best for the both of them, which is ako ang focus ko mas maganda, mas may future si Fritz. It's in martial arts. Doon na lang sila mag-focus. And kasi
Hmm.
nakakaligtaan yung aspect eh. You know, they forget about the multifaceted aspect of mixed martial arts. Hindi lahat ng fighters tulad ni Ronda Rousey, ni Ben Askren, at ni Shinya Aoki who are one-dimensional athletes that found success in a multifaceted sport like mixed martial arts.
Hmm.
Bibihira yon. Napakabihira yon. Pero as always, versatility is the key in succeeding in mixed martial arts.
Pero,
Ngayon, if
lalaban ba ng
if I
MMA si
have it,
Fitz? Hindi ko,
alaban ulit.
lalaban siya ulit. Okay.
Ayoko.
Ang alam ko kasi nasa boxing. Ang alam ko kasi nasa
If I
boxing
have it,
kickboxing.
if I have it my way,
Hmm.
okay, I would, then, please, lagyan nyo na sa mixed martial art. I mean, may talent eh. May talent yung bata. He's a former URCC. Just take note of that. Alam mo yun, merong talent eh.
Hmm.
And we are living in the age of multifaceted sports like CrossFit, triathlon, and now mixed martial arts. Alam mo yan yung we live in that generation. Alam mo yun, it's the future sport. So kung saan, hindi ko masasabi kung saan ang trend, kung saan yung pagbabago, you need to learn how to adapt to it. And makikita nyo naman si Fritz eh. Sana kung walang background sa mixed martial arts, nagkaroon na eh. And now he's in a good camp in Pattaya, Thailand. So I think, ito yung path para sa kanya. And sana mapag-usapan nila yan.
For sure,
Pero,
he's
diba?
gonna if he decides to continue his career in MMA, he will prosper. He will. The guy's good. The kid's good. He and he has the discipline to and meron siyang disiplina to actually train. He knows how to train and he knows how to train properly. Yun. So and magiging character pa yan. He's gonna be one of the more pleasant characters.
Yeah, true.
Then next on the list, ito for me, this is like one of the dark horses of MMA that is na hindi na sa scout pero mahusay, magaling. He is a fighter from Fightcore MMA. Fightcore MMA is a gym in Baguio, so they're located in Mines View Park. The guy's name is Dave Bangiki. Okay, so he's a anong weight ba si Bangiki? But it's one of the lighter weight
Ah,
divisions. So this guy, he's very tough. He's very athletic. He's strong. Okay? Striking department, diba? He's good with his
of
hands.
course, yeah.
Diba? He's good
Ah,
with his hands. Just needs a little bit of work on his grappling. Kasi of course, they have limited they have limited sources of knowledge. So these are just your basic grappling skill sets. Pero the moment that he elevates that, and then he's able to chain his movements both in striking and in grappling, yung tipong kaya mo nang pagsabay yung dalawang skill sets na yon,
ah,
tapos kaya mo nang i-chain yung movement, yon. That's the time that he's
ah,
gonna come out of his shell and then
ah,
become a very scary force in MMA, especially in his division.
ah,
So yeah,
ah,
so those are he's a dark horse in my list. He's a dark horse on my
ah.
list. So it's up to him kung magiging successful ba siya o
Ah.
hindi.
Ako,
Then
ako, mm,
ikaw, oh go go.
hindi, kasi ako, sa akin, kaya, ano rin eh, kasi twice ko lang to nakita ng panood tong batang to lumaro. It was against Joe Vincenzo, and I believe, against Solomon Dutra. At hindi ko
Hmm.
alam, hindi ko, parang kilala ko pa ata kung sino ang nag-referee sa mga laban na yun. Pero, pero,
Mahusay pa yung
ito nga,
nag-referee.
pero ayos din yun kasi the fight against Joe Vincent was a knockout and the Solomon Dutra fight was a rear naked choke win victory. So alam mo yun yung at least sa akin, though he came from a background, a striking background, nagkakaroon na paunti-unti ng confidence to ano yun, to at least to dip his toes into unfamiliar territories and manages to
To
gain
hold his
confidence.
own. Oh.
And sa akin importante yun sa importante yun sa mixed martial arts na alam mo yun dapat hindi ka lang kilala on one aspect. You have to at least flip the switch every now and then. Ano yun, importante yun to make yourself less predictable every time you step into the ring or into the cage.
Diba? And then last on the list, these are two people. And ako, I've been raving about them ever since. Amateurs pa lang, sinasabi ko na, itong dalawan to, sila ang future ng MMA ng Pilipinas. Okay? The Zamboanga siblings. So that's Drek Zamboanga and Denise Zamboanga. Okay? Those are, ang tawag dito? They're from Tough Guys International, but they're both in Pattaya now, in Vertex Gym in Pattaya. So Direct Zamboanga is your combination of athleticism, strength, technique, and discipline. The kid has discipline. Yun yung, kung ano, para sa akin kasi, especially in the Philippines, X factor and discipline. Ito yung meron si Drex na wala ang karamihan ng MMA fighters na
Totoo.
Pilipino. Okay?
Totoo.
Uh, he's very humble. He's a nice person. He's a nice human being. And he knows that and he never allowed victory get into his head. I mean, the guy is the champion, pero whenever he goes out to fight, nakikita mo he's properly trained, he's well conditioned, and he always goes for the finish. There's never a safe fight against Adrek Zamboanga. Now, I just really hope that he sustains the momentum. He goes for I want a long career for him. I want international fights for him.
True.
Kasi
True.
nandun na,
Uh,
I mean, maganda ang bayad sa Pilipinas, pero syempre, kung may magandang bayad din na laban abroad, why not, 'di ba? I want him. Syempre ako, ang goal ko naman is for MMA fighters to be successful in the Philippines, but at the same time, I want them to be successful in the international
true.
scene. Kailangan makilala tayo doon kasi kaya natin maging force sa international MMA. We have the tools, we have
I
the heart,
agree.
we have the training, we have the technical know-how. We can be a big player in the
Yeah.
international MMA scene. And
Agree.
ginagawa na nito.
I agree.
Itong mga nilagay natin dito sa listahan na to, they're slowly making those steps. They're going towards the right direction. Si si Drex, um more of ano, improvements in wrestling and chaining of strikes. As in, kahit ako, I think may isang event nakita kami, sabi ko, Drex, focus just a little bit more on the wrestling, specifically Greco-Roman wrestling, and
Ah,
then yung ability mo to dirty
mm,
box, and chaining your striking with your grappling. Other than that,
ah,
you're
mm,
medyo maganda yung path ng training ni Drex eh. Then ni
mm,
Zamboanga naman, there's just nobody right now in in Philippine MMA that could defeat Denis Zamboanga.
mm,
Nobody.
mm.
Hands down,
Ah,
nobody.
ah,
In Asia, may mga contenders
mm,
pero the way
ah,
I see Denise
totoo.
fight, the way I see
Mm,
Denise train and her discipline, 'di
ah,
ba?
mm,
She is capable of big things.
ah,
Kailangan, as long as, everyone, this goes for everyone on the list, as long as they are not distracted, they're all
mm,
focused on winning, they're all focused on getting bigger paychecks and bigger fight promotions that they could get more popularity and they could make a better life for themselves. Mangyayari sa kanila lahat yun. They just have to stay the
ah,
course. Si
ah,
Denise naman, ito rin, sinabi ko rin kay Denise, chaining of attacks. Chaining of
mm,
attacks. She knows how to grapple. She knows how to strike.
mm,
It's how to keep things together or how to mold everything together in a sequence that will work in a fight setup.
mm.
Okay? Your thoughts, bro?
Ah. I don't have anything to add kasi ako nag-agree lang. Ang ano lang siguro ang pinaka i-add ko na lang is one sa aspect na lang siguro ni Denise na she has to work on she has to work on her defense kasi
Mm.
napapansin ko especially in her last fight the last two fights nagita ball
Mm.
for her opponents and syempre lahat yan you have to take everything in consideration and for her hindi mo pwedeng hayaang may makalagpas na iniisa. You have to defend yourself at all costs inside that cage. And yun lang napapansin ko kay Denise. O, all, when it comes to talent, masasabi ko one or two. As a
Yeah.
women's MMA in the Philippines, Zamboanga. One or two, definitely. One or two. To add lang dun sa problems kasi wala lang akong madadagdag din for Drex and Denise Kasi alam mo yun yung, meron lang fine-tuning na kailangan gawin sa kanila. And it's very minor. It's very minor. Ang nangyayari kasi dito, brother, is, for example, for Drex is alam mo yun, sobrang alam na niya yung flow na nangyayari sa Philippine MMA scene.
Mm.
Alam na niya yung agos. Alam na niya how to, alam mo yun yung, if he's a surfer, he knows the waves so much that alam mo yan yung he doesn't fear of falling off his board.
Mm-hmm.
Ngayon, paglalabas kasi it's a different thing. It's a different thing. And sa akin lang ang higing problema ng Philippine MMA. Let's set aside yung training kasi iba naman yung consistency ng training. Iba ang program ng gym na to, ibang program ng club na to, iba. And sometimes nagiging effective yun sa isang fighter. Pero sa akin lagi akong babalik dun sa sinasabi ko na kailangan maging consistent ang rules ng mixed martial arts sa kung saan man sila patungo. Okay, for example, games and amusements board. Ano ang goal ng karamihan ng majority of mixed martial arts fighters in the Philippines? Number one, kung sabihin natin, majority, makaapak ng one championship. Or sabihin natin, majority, makaapak ng UFC. Kailangan yung rules maging sakto doon. Ang
Mm.
nangyayari kasi sa atin, alam mo yun, wala tayong standard na guidebook or rulebook na susundin kung sino man ang promotion na umapak dito sa atin. Whether it's local or international. Kasi, it would prepare them kung ano man yung stage na gusto nilang tahakin. Iba ang
Mm-hmm.
scoring system. Iba ang guidelines to score. Iba ang rule set. Some allows knees to a grounded opponent. Alam mo
Mm.
yung mga ganon. Alam mo yung mga ganon, yung pwede sa ibang promotion, pwedeng soccer kicks. Ano yung
Alam
magiging
mo,
standard?
I agree. I agree with that
Uh,
viewpoint, and a
uh,
lot of people have asked me na rin on what my opinion is when it comes to those things. I've had conversations with the games and amusements boards then regarding the rule set of MMA in the Philippines. Now, it's a matter of this is just how
uh,
I would answer it. This is just my opinion. It is true, and it's a very valid point. Dapat talaga meron tayong unified rules on
uh,
what we should follow kasi it could set the platform for what amateur rule sets will allow and will not
uh,
allow. That will
uh,
prepare them for the pro leagues.
uh,
Ngayon, ang suggestion ko dyan would be, let's have all the major promotions sit down and then they all agree on the rule set.
uh,
Now, the question of if is that possible or if that's gonna happen is a question na only the promotion or the major promotions can answer. Nasa sa
ako
kanila
kasi sa
yun.
akin,
Kasi totoo yan. If you're an amateur fighter and you want your ultimate goal is to land in the big leagues, and then you have to think of so many other rules, 'di ba? Marami kang
uh,
rules at na-aralin, medyo mahirap.
mm,
'Di ba? Medyo
uh,
mahirap. So
yun
I
yung
don't know. I
akin.
don't know.
Uh,
We could we could follow we could follow the rule set of one championship because they're the biggest in Asia right now. Okay?
mm,
With certain tweaks or certain
uh,
provisions for the amateur league. We
uh,
can also follow the IMAF, the International MMA Federation
uh,
rule set.
totoo.
Yan. So yun yung dalawa. Yun yung dalawa mong
Uh,
yun yung
uh,
dalawa mong pwede. I mean, ako applicable for the Asian region, 'di ba?
uh,
Kasi kasi si URCC, it laid down the foundation of what the rules should be in an MMA bout. 'Di ba? That's what the
uh,
URCC already did. Now it has to
uh,
evolve. It has to
uh,
come up
uh,
it has
syempre,
to
kasi
adjust to the
changing
times.
times.
Oh,
Uh,
so ngayon, it's just a matter of these promotions having a conversation on what we should
totoo.
follow. So for me,
Totoo.
yon.
Totoo.
Kasi either we follow the biggest organization's rules or at least the two biggest organizations' rules. So that's
Uh,
one and that's IMAF. Kasi
uh,
pagdating mo rin naman kasi sa Bellator, sa PFL, sa
uh,
IFL,
uh,
they follow the
pare-pareho.
rules. Hindi,
Unified MMA rules.
they follow the rules based on the athletic commission that is going to handle the
Uh,
event. So
uh,
depend so it's either Nevada, CSAC,
uh,
NSAC, or kung
uh,
ano
uh,
mang governing body ng state na 'yon.
uh,
Pero
uh,
more or less, ang okay lang sa kanila is medyo hindi naman nagkakalayo yung rules.
uh,
Nagkakalayo yung rules. Pero that is a very valid point
uh,
and I totally agree. Totally agree.
Okay. Kasi sa states, yun nga eh. They follow a unified MMA rule set. Na kahit anong state yan. Kasi napagkasunduan na yan ng most states in the US that they would follow this. Kasi yung framework na yun yung inadapt eh. Prior to, hindi prior, in 2001. If I'm correct. If my memory serves me right. So bawat state yun ang sinusunod, yung unified MMA rules. Kaya magkakapareho sila Bellator, sila UFC, and
Mm.
others, including PFL. And now, sa akin, balik tayo dun sa problem katulad nila drugs. Yun yung over nangangapa sila eh because of the rule
Ah,
set. Sa akin lang, on a national level, tama yung suggestion mo, promotions should convene and agree with a certain rule set. Tama yon. Kasi pag nag-agree ang national level on a certain rule set, kahit sino pang visitors mo dyan from other countries who would plan to host an event, they would have to follow yung
mm.
rule set na yun eh.
Yep.
Kasi yun yung mandated eh. Kasi it's the same. Kasi napaka-unfair. Remember when Pride hosted their first event in the US? They had to use the unified MMA rules.
Mm.
They had to use the unified MMA rules because yun yung mandated ng batas nila. Ngayon,
Mm.
for kunyari UFC, kasi wala naman mandated ang ibang bansa dito. I mean,
Oo.
sa ibang bansa outside the United States, wala naman silang framework na pwede nilang sundan. So, kung kunyari, ako, si UFC, ginamit nila dito in 2015 yung Unified MMA rules.
Oo.
Yun, one championship has their own rules. So, ngayon, sa akin, may magandang framework sana na makapagkasundaan ng all promotions na ganito ang gawin. Sa akin lang,
Oo.
yun yan dapat ma-determine ng Games and Amusements Board for the benefit of these fighters na mapupunta ng abroad. Kasi kailangan malaman nila ang majority saan ba napupuntang
Oo.
promotion. Is it the UFC or is it the competitors here in Asia? Kasi para magawa yung promote, ito ang dapat natin sundan. Kasi ito ang tailor-made pa nila. Dahil karamihan, ito, dito sila mabagta. Kaya kasi kaya ako na-explain ito. Kasi I believe 2 years ago, direct spot in Shooto. And sa akin lang, parang nagkaroon siya ng, as promise sa preparation, nagkaroon din siya ng parang, makikita naman din sa fighter, yung adjustment din pagdating sa
lalabas yun
rules.
sa laban.
Aside from that, is kailangan na rin natin magkaroon ng certain standard pagdating sa amateur. Kasi may promotion dyan, nagpapa-amateur, sorry na lang kung may matamaan, may nagpapa-amateur dyan na kuminsan may headgear, kuminsan sinasabi amateur, sinasabing 6 ounces ang gloves. Pero ang pinagagamit sa laban dahil kulang ang 6 ounces na gloves, 4 ounces. Kuminsan ang pinagagamit pa, mini pads, minsan wala. Kuminsan pinapagamit
that is true. It happens.
So, tama rin. Nagkaroon din ng seminar last year. Ito nga ang IMMAF o IMAF. Nagkaroon na rin ng seminar. Kasi kailangan na rin nagkaroon ng certain standards. Kasi hindi naman pwede na at the amateur level, wear and tear na yung tao. Kasi you have these guys like what I mentioned, Ian J. Batoto, a few years ago, you have Batilla. Alam mo yung mga ganun na parang naburo na sa amateur level. They're still in their peak shape. Not only that, alam mo yun yung they are still fresh. Alam mo yun yung, kasi kaya rin sila sumasabak din sa ganitong laban dahil nga, saan ka rin makakakuha? 3 rounds, 5,000 pesos. When you fight dito sa mga 4-rounders ng boxing, you only get 4,000. Then you get 4,000
pa yung mga
4,000 pa sa lisensya. Anong take home mo? Wala pa. So you have to wait for the second fight. So iba dito nagka-transition na sa mixed martial arts kasi mura nga yung amateur kasi 5,000, 3 minutes, 3 rounds. Oh, come on, di ba? You can always lay and pray sa iba. Quick money. Nag-tarnish na rin yung reputation ng amateur level. Instead of growing talents from the grassroots level, hindi ka nakakapag-produce. At yun din ang problema ko. Katulad nila Joey Lipitan na naglalakad din ng getong advocacy na let's standardize the amateur level rules. Kasi
nakakapagod sa amin yun.
aside from being a writer, di ba? Na parang amateur MMA rules. According to IMAF, ganito. So, yun ang standard ko. Pagdating mo lang doon, bakit tumuho? Bakit nag-elbow? Bakit walang sila ganun? Hindi mo na alam na ibang promoter nakakalusot, ginagawa nating pro-amateur, pero ginagawa natin ganun, pero parang hindi lang magbayad ng sanctioning fees. And let's be fair. Let's think of the welfare of the Philippine MMA scene. Sa akin lang, if we want to move forward, if we want to reach greater heights, and I believe mixed martial arts will exceed Philippine boxing.
To some extent, I agree with that.
I mean, yung Philippine boxing produced Flash Elorde, Manny Pacquiao, Luis Cito, and the list goes on, brother. Pero, sa akin lang, let's let's write a new chapter for combat sports in the Philippines. And
Mhm.
I truly believe mixed martial arts will be the new beacon of Philippine sports. And if you want to move forward to that, let's check the welfare of these athletes and let's standardize the rules because we are using these rules na hindi lang pupunta dito na okay, this is our now. Sabihin lang na Gabs, okay, just sabihin lang na Gabs, okay, just bayad na ng
Mhm.
sanctioning fee. That's it. Magkaroon tayo ng ano man ng black and white na ito lang yung susundin. Kasi it will be good para sa mga fighters natin na pupuntang overseas. Like what you said, gusto mong makita si Drex ng nasa over. Good yun, nakakalaro siya sa Philippine MMA scene. Pero wala na dapat siyang patunayan in the
Oh.
Philippine MMA scene. Dapat si Drex ay nasa international level na. And katulad din ni Denise, parang I'm happy that she's in one championship. And sa akin talagang ayun, hard work cannot be denied forever.
Mm.
And yun nga, nagbunga rin for others na hindi pa rin nakaka-break into that barrier. Sana lang. Let's standardize the rule. Let's put a standard, alam mo yun, kung saan lalaro. Kung ang end goal is Asian MMA style, kung andun ang bagsak ng karamihan na lahat, then let's do that. If kunyari ang Gab, hindi, ang measuring stick natin is the UFC. Then let's adapt the unified MMA rules. And it will be easier for the judges to score. And aside from the rules, we should have trained judges para makascore ng MMA fights. And aside from that, dapat lang natin, I mean, hindi naman dapat yung promotion ang naglalagay ng judge para mag-score ng fights. Kailangan talaga may judges mula sa ating sanctioning body. And para mas madali rin sa inyo mga referee kung ano yung susundin yung guideline. Lalo sa inyo, napakahirap ng trabaho nyo. Parang, syempre, meron kayong sariling judgment call pag nalalaman. Pero, alam mo yung trabaho nyo, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Oh, that is very true. Very true.
Diba? So, yun nga lang yung parang, Franco, bakit mo hinayaan si mas na naka-mount lang doon, wala namang ginagawa. Pare, may activity, hindi ko makita. Siyempre, doon ko nakatingin. Alam mo yun, alam mo yung conversation natin ng 2016 na yun,
Oo.
dapat
Tama.
pinatuyo
Tama.
mo na lang eh. Dapat
Pero
pinatuyo mo na. And
pero hindi,
sa
may
mga
ginagawa
viewers and
eh.
listeners, namin, talagang kami ni Franco, may mas straightforward kami. Kung may problema kami, hindi
Oh,
kami magtataguan.
yes, that is what our relationship has been built on through the years.
Paano yun? Parang yun, bakit? Hindi, may activity, bro. Okay. And we respect each other's opinion. Doon ko na-appreciate si Franco. Pero doon again, yun lang, it has been, pare, the best kaya.
And let's wrap this up, baby. Tawag dito, ikaw, where can people find your work? Where can they see you? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So, where? Wag mo na, bro. Tsaka kung anong gusto mo i-plug.
For since 2019, I've been everywhere. So you can see my work, some on Rappler, some on ANCX, some on Asian MMA. Kung gusto nyo ko i-follow on social media, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's Nissi_Icasiano or NISSI_Icasiano. It's ICASIANO. So I post my articles there, and yun, ang focus ko is to shed light para dito sa mga upcoming athletes natin, not only in combat sports but also other sports. And it's always a pleasure to talk to you, brother, and it's been a long time coming. We've been talking since 2016, and finally, and I'm happy for you that you're doing your share as a practitioner to enlighten these people. Kala ng iba, suntukan lang eh.
Oh,
Pero it's more
not.
to that.
There's
There's
more to that.
science behind it, and people like you. I mean, they need people like you to extract, to at least, to, alam mo yan yung, mahimay-himay naman natin yung details. It's not about that eh. And, mabigyan din ng tamang pedestal, tamang reverence, or let's put it with high esteem itong mga fighters na to. Because they deserve every amount of credit because of their hard work. And thank you sa mga katulad mo na naglalabas ng ganitong content. And I'm happy to talk to you for the last 3 hours and sharing my
Grabe, di
thoughts
ba? Hindi
on
natin,
your
hindi natin
podcast.
napansin.
On your podcast. And I hope
We're gonna do this
na
again, bro. We're gonna do this again.
I hope nakapag-share ako ng insights ng magandang insights para sa mga followers mo.
Most definite.
And sana will not be hindi ka lang confined dito sa podcast mo. And I hope to see you down the road. We've worked on a television show.
Yeah, we'll probably do that. I think it's bound to happen.
A few months ago, we worked on a sports channel for a good friend of ours.
Yes, diba? So it's bound to happen.
So,
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do something like that.
One at a time lang. And I hope na hindi lang dito, kundi sa other gigs pa natin magsama tayo.
Oh, sige. Let's do it. Sige, bro. Thank you so much. And to everyone, that's what Coach Franco says. Bye-bye.
Coach Franco Says would like to thank the following sponsors for making this episode possible.
Knots and Crosses. For your gi, no gi, MMA, and streetwear, order your items on their Facebook and Instagram pages. I Want Coffee. For delicious, locally sourced beans for your daily brew. Order yours now on their Facebook and Instagram pages. Spelled AWON Coffee. Gatorade, because nothing beats Gatorade. For the best DefTac Jiu-Jitsu training out there, check out DefTac Rockwell, DefTac Makati, and when you're over here in the South, DefTac Better Living. Book your classes on their Facebook and Instagram pages. Read news about the local martial arts scene here in the Philippines, visit Local MMA on Facebook, and listen to one of my favorite podcasts out there, Destroyer MNL. That's it, guys. I'll see you in the next episode.